Between the world's two largest economies, Boeing, the latest to have its stock value impacted as the trade war escalates. It's the U.S. versus China.
Bloomberg is reporting this morning that China has ordered its airlines to halt deliveries of Boeing jets and all aircraft-related parts, causing shares of the company to drop 4.6% in pre-market trading. That followed the announcement. This order will block about 10 747 MAX airline jets from entering Chinese fleets. China's retaliatory tariff of 125% on American goods made purchases impractical, more than doubling the cost, according to this report. Meantime, Beijing is looking for ways to assist the Chinese airlines that lease the Boeing jets.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What you eat and what the government will pay for. Overcast and 47 on Monument Circle. A cloudy night ahead with a low at 35. Next rain chance is Thursday night. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Indiana's Governor Mike Braun plans to make Indiana healthy again. John Herrick explains how.
Braun issued 9 executive orders Tuesday morning.
Today's first executive order removes candy and soft drinks from taxpayer-funded SNAP benefits. What do you think about that?
That's him speaking at an event with Dr. Oz and Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Democrat State Representative Maureen Bauer of South Bend said legislators have been trying to invest in public health, but she says Braun has been doing the opposite, despite what she calls his flashy announcement. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And why Braun says there's no veto for the property tax bill.
Well, because in a state like Indiana, your veto means nothing other than symbolic, and there's no guarantee that you get anything out of it because you can override it.
On WIBC's Tony Katz in the Morning News.
And it was a hell of an effort to get it to where the House had it, and in those last few days, had the House not moved it up to a 10% credit for everyone and these other things that we've woven into it, that is where I probably wouldn't have been for the final product.
A shooting and a quick arrest thanks to video surveillance. It was about 3:40 yesterday afternoon at 25th Street and North Sherman Drive near the Indianapolis Public Library Martindale Brightwood branch. A man was shot and taken to the hospital, arrested a 15-year-old who had 2 pistols on him, says IMPD. A woman and child found dead in Huntingburg Monday afternoon about 3:30, and police believe dogs are to blame, at least for one of the deaths for sure. No names have been released yet. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Pat Sullivan here. Have you heard about impact-resistant shingles? They're the smart choice for protecting your home from harsh weather. And here's something you may not know. Most insurance companies offer discounts on your premiums if you install them. At the Michaelis Corporation, we offer top-tier Category 3 and Category 4 impact-resistant shingles that stand up to the toughest storms. From hail to high winds, these shingles offer a 30-year warranty that stands by their durability. And when a weather event hits, don't worry. Let Michaelis perform a free inspection of your property to ensure everything is in top condition. We don't inspect the roof at ground level. Our experts will safely climb onto the roof to check for damages. Roof, gutter, siding, windows are all inspected for storm damage. Michaelis Corporation provides over 35 years of disaster restoration. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Mr. Chris Davis, eastbound 465 slow, Keystone Avenue over 269. Eastbound 70 slows Meridian over to the south, split in southbound 65, starting to slow down. West Street to Meridian Pan. And looking at southbound just now getting southbound 465 on the northeast side. Stall at East 71st Street. The left lane is blocked, and now I have this up on camera, and it is a kerfuffle. Southbound 465 at East 71st, backed up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping at code radio. And get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for the day today. It is going to be breezy and much cooler. Winds may gust 30-35 miles per hour. Highs only into the middle 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is right over there. Look at my face. You just tell I'm relieved because I'm getting property tax relief. Just look at my face.
You look like you're on vacation.
I should be having a Mai Tai, my feet up, a straw hat, a Hawaiian shirt because I'm relieved that I'm getting property tax relief from the state government. My property taxes, by the way, up 30+% since 2021. Just a little side note.
How much?
30+%.
30.
30 since 2021. Governor Braun, good news, is going to sign SB 1. Passed through the Senate last night, and I am going to get, take a deep breath when I say this because I can't even believe it, $300 taken off my next tax bill, which increased another 7.5% since last year. So I am.
When you say it out loud like that, it's even more ridiculous.
Whew.
I'm surprised you're at work today. I thought you'd be retired already. Moving down to Florida.
Oh, man, Naples, here I come, baby.
What a disaster.
Yeah, that's a little underwhelming, to be sure, especially being that during Braun's campaign and even after he was elected, this what he is going to sign is not looking anything like what was, do I say promised?
Yes, I think promised is fair.
Going to take the rates back to 2021, and that really would make a difference for a ton of people. I don't know. I don't care if I sound like an a-hole or not. A 10%, tax credit capped at $300 doesn't do D for a lot of people.
Good save.
You know what? 200. You know what? And if you're lucky enough to get the 300 fine, and if you're lower to middle income class and you're getting the $200 credit, I don't know what that does for you. What does this bill do for people? Like, who is this bill for? It's not for me. It's not for you.
It's for school corps and it's for businesses. It's for butt sniffers like Rod Bray and Todd Houston and that no-good greaseball weasel Scott Baldwin. That's who this is good for. People who are going to make money off being buddies with the establishment and all of the lobbyists, and that's who it's good for.
I've heard a lot of this. It's the only argument I've heard so far, that people are saying, well, every little bit helps. Is $200 tax credit going to save your house next year? Is that going to maybe a month, $200 a month might work? But I was promised, I was told back to 2021 rates. 2021. We're going back to 2021, baby.
Which was
year after
fair.
COVID.
Like, it ticks off both sides, so that's how you kind of know it was okay.
That would have benefited and helped a lot of taxpayers.
It would have. You're absolutely right.
Considering, again, 30+% for. I'm just being honest. I don't care if it makes it sound like a D-bag. I'm not telling you specific. You could probably get on the internet and see what people pay. I'm saying, like, okay, all right, yeah, all right. What's next?
And if you're a school corp or a local government or the Danville Fire Department or the city of Carmel, if your government can't function on a budget from 4 years ago, you're a bad business.
We've functioned on it for 4 years.
Right. Cost of everything went up.
Everything went up, including property tax relief. 30+%.
Groceries went up. Property tax up.
I've somehow, you made fun of me for saying something last week, and it stuck with me. I said something to the effect, and I said it wrong. Taxes. I'm happy to pay my property taxes.
If you want to get off, you can pay mine too.
What I meant, Hammer, and it stuck with me. It's been funny because that's not what I meant to say. I feel fortunate and grateful enough that I'm able to afford to pay these people that keep siphoning off my property taxes year after year. I feel fortunate and grateful that my wife and I have jobs that I'm able to afford the tax.
You can afford being screwed. That's what you're thankful for.
I'm thankful that I have a job and my wife has a job that we can make it happen. I like where I live.
Sure.
Some people would say, all right, move to some place that doesn't have the property taxes you have, because there are certainly places that don't. And I live in a place that's it's very high. No matter where you live, no matter what your house assessment is, it's very high. But
it's high everywhere.
But it ain't like I was talking to. I was on the phone with Rob Kendall last night. He was kind enough to take my call, and I got my property tax bill, and I was just. It was like I don't know. We've been talking about this for a couple of years now, and it was like I just something like woke up inside me. Like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Especially when you talk about what you were paying from 2021 to 2025 now is the bill we got. So whatever, man. If I sound ungrateful, if I sound like well, there's some people, even Micah Beckwith, the lieutenant governor, sat here and looked me in the face. Well, $200 is meaningful to a lot of people. Is it really in the grand scheme of things? If you're a homeowner, is that going to save your house? Is that going to?
Somebody in the YouTube chat says my $300 is already gone because it went up $300 this past year.
It doesn't cover the increase. It relieves it a little bit, I guess.
And when the governor was here a couple weeks ago, you were gone, Nigel. It was myself and Guy Relford. He told us in studio that if this were a bad bill, he would veto it.
Well, he would veto it. The way I understood it, listening to Tony's interview with him, Tony Katz did a great job interviewing the governor today. He would have vetoed it if it was like the Scott Baldwin, the first out of the committee bill, the way they had gutted it. He would have vetoed it then. But it's a different animal now.
Is it? Is it really? It's only slightly different, and we're making it sound like it's apples versus oranges here. 7% to 10%.
Yeah, the $300 cap.
And everything else you still get screwed on, and he's going to sign this. Like, the thing that really just burns my backside here is that the establishment butt-sniffing weasels won. They won. Rod Bray won. Todd Houston won. That no good rotten Scott Baldwin won. They're lighting cigars. Their feet are back up on their desk. Right now, they know the governor and the lieutenant governor or their little witch. Let me just save myself right there. Or something that rhymes with it right now.
Hello.
They're laughing in their face. Those guys won. And listen, part of this goes on to all of us. Like, we keep voting the same people into office, and we expect them to all of a sudden be like the Grinch at the end of the story where he discovers he does have a heart and he wants to change and make things better. No, Rod Bray is who he is. Same thing with Todd Houston. Same thing with Scott Baldwin. Same thing with Holtman. All of these guys, they are as advertised. You have to stop voting for these same people. It's not just the governor. It's not just the lieutenant governor. It's all of these people, these establishment squish rhino failures that you keep putting into office. You, me, all of us. Lessons have to be learned here. You got to show up at your local elections. You got to get people funded for primaries. It's the only way things are going to change right now because the school boards and the lobbyists are running the show. Matt Baer, what's up?
Northeast side, southbound 465 before 71st Street. A breakdown in the left lane. Stop and go traffic back to Allisonville Road. We're set back 10 minutes right now. Inbound 65 slowing down. 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 a little bit slow. From west into the south, split in a crash. On the east side, this is Washington Street at 465. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. And code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
50 degrees right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Thank you to David on the YouTube chat. David says that you're saying, Nigel is saying exactly what all of us are thinking about these tax credits. So no, you're not ungrateful. That was my fear coming on the radio saying, with a $300 tax credit, my taxes went up 7.5% from year to year and 30% since 2021.
Right.
I'm not trying to be ungrateful. I love where I live. Well, why don't you move? But it doesn't give them a license to siphon off me. I love the schools. I'm very fortunate. It doesn't give them a right to siphon and everybody patting themselves on the back, like you said in this the legislature. Hey, we did it. We can say we offered property tax relief to the common man. I'm not buying it. It's window dressing. And as you said, it's a shell game.
You don't have to live in Zionsville to feel that way. I live on the southwest side of Marion County. Certainly that's not Geist Reservoir, right? And I'm getting screwed. Like, I'm a Marion County kid, and I'm getting screwed. This bill is a turd, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's happening right now in our government. But you know what? We're going to power through. We're going to talk about this all show, but we're also going to try to help some people. Unlike our elected officials, we are going to try to help some people. Nate Spangle is going to join us next. He's doing a fundraiser to help some of those tornado victims of those storms a couple weeks back.
Oh, wow.
And I'm being told bourbon may be involved.
I need it.
That's next.
Guys over 40, listen up. If you're running low on energy or maybe you just feel a bit off, lowtcenter.com is where you need to go. Get started with testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT. And you can join lots of guys who are going through the same things you are. lowtcenter.com is where it all begins.
And right now at the Low T Center, for this month only, April only, you can get a free consultation. And the best part, treatment is covered by most major insurance companies. So make that appointment right now, lowtcenter.com. If you're feeling tired, if you're lacking energy, or if you want to inquire about prescription weight loss medication, the Low T Center is your one-stop shop for all things men's health. And this month only, get a free consultation. lowtcenter.com. Simple, quick, totally worth it.
Join our B&W Premier Club for additional benefits and exclusive discounts.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, 317-214-0108, your American Standard air dealer.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Through June 23rd, get 400 megabit Xfinity Internet with free equipment and unlimited internet data. Plus, get one unlimited 5G mobile line included, all for $40 a month for 1 year. And ask how you can get a free 5G phone. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply with paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Xfinity Internet required. Taxes, fees extra. After 1 year, rate increases to $70 per month. After 2 years, regular rates apply. Actual fees vary and not guaranteed.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Fishers and Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota, or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to BathsRUs.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing for everyone on most new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Navigator MSRP $105,575, Nautilus MSRP $61,995, Corsair MSRP $47,820. Offers good through 4/30/2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Dammon's Garden Company South on Emerson Avenue.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a really very special, awesome guest in studio because he's got a bottle of bourbon right in front of him.
He has become like one of the go-to guys when talking all things Indiana. Nate Spangle joins us, and you got a cool fundraiser coming up, and I want to get to that. That's why you're here. But off the air, during the commercial break, I asked you, what do you do for a living? Like, what's your day job?
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you?
Who am I? I'm still asking myself that every day. Yeah, I'm Nate. I'm the founder of Get Indiana. I host a podcast called Get In, capital I, capital N, period, where we talk all things Indiana. I just say I had Mayor Sackbun from Terre Haute on today. All the way, we've had Marcus Erickson, previous Indy 500 winner.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're just elevating stories of Hoosiers and sharing fun content that's relatable for anyone in Indiana.
I think I saw on social media, were you interacting with the Crown Hill Cemetery folks?
They interacted with me, yeah. They gave me a tour. I was like, we were talking about all the famous Hoosiers that have come through, and they were like, well, look how many famous Hoosiers are buried at Crown Hill, and went through this, 15-part tour. It was crazy.
Well, I'm glad we have you on because I heard you on over the weekend with Terry Stacy talking about some of this, and I stayed in my car. Sundays are very busy for this household, and I stayed in the car to listen to the entire 10-minute interview, and I'm glad you're back on because I want our audience here during work, during the weekdays to hear what's going on and what you're doing.
Dude, I appreciate that. I'm honored to be here. This is big shoes, baby. Come on.
So tell us about this fundraiser you're doing. This is for the tornado victims of a couple weeks back, right?
Yeah, just under 2 weeks ago, right around there. So my hometown is Bourbon, Indiana. It's a small dot on the map up by South Bend, about 30 minutes south. Bourbon, Indiana. Yeah.
How have we not done a show there?
Guys,
No kidding.
You're missing a not a very large market. It's 1,600 people. It's a small town, home to the Triton Trojans, baby. And they were unfortunately, affected by the tornadoes that came through. And I saw it on Facebook, right? So I live in Indy now, grew up there, spent 18 years of my life, and I saw all the pictures and stuff, and houses with the roofs torn off, and I mean, I go around Indiana and I promote small towns, and saw this opportunity to go make an impact in a town that had made such a big impact on me. And my friends at Rare Saint, we had kind of pitched around the idea of doing something of bourbon and bourbon, right? Like it just makes sense.
Go ahead and hold
Bourbon
that
Indiana.
bottle up to the YouTube camera right
for the
there.
YouTube community there.
What is it? What'd you say? Rare Saint?
Rare
is that what you
Saint.
said?
Yeah, that's so we did a barrel pick exclusive. We're doing one barrel, 200 bottles of Rare Saint bourbon. All the proceeds, 100%, goes to tornado relief in the town of Bourbon, Indiana. So it was cool to bring my Central Indiana community, Rare Saint. They are a part of the St. Elmo, the Hughes Culinary brand of family.
Good friends of the show.
Huge friends of the show. So yeah, we teamed up with them, and we're on a mission to raise $20,000.
So you buy some bourbon to help the city of bourbon.
If you donate, Nate Spangle will gift you some bourbon as a thank you. Yeah,
I'm sure there's some legal stuff in there, right there.
Just a little bit there. So anyone who donates $100, I'm going to gift them one of these exclusive bottles of bourbon. And and just as a thank you of my appreciation for helping make an impact in my hometown of Bourbon.
What's the goal of this? How much money are you looking to raise?
We're raising $20 grand. And we actually, I will say, we just crossed the $20,000 threshold this morning.
All right.
So now we're padding the stats, baby.
What?
We're trying to make
You were running up the score.
How'd you do that?
We launched it on Friday. People, man, people want to help.
No, I know.
Hoosiers.
Were you on Wish? Oh wait, you were on Wish, right?
I was on Wish this morning. I mean, and I have.
Oh my God!
He's like Coach Sig against Purdue in that bucket game. He's running up the score right now.
I'm everywhere, but come on. And I mean, I have an Instagram following of 60,000 followers all across the state of Indiana that really wanted to come in and help out with this cause. I mean, we had the maximum level was $2,500, and you got dinner at St. Elmo with me, and someone hit that level too. So we're headed down and gonna have some steak. But yeah, the whole shtick is if you donate and help the town of Bourbon, Indiana, we're gonna help you with some bourbon.
So Nate, somebody donated $2,500 to have dinner with you.
Yeah, they want to talk small towns, high school mascots.
Hey man, that's great. Okay, I like you. But I'll just go ahead and give you the $100 for the bourbon.
Hey, there we go. Well, yeah.
Me and you could go to White Castle afterwards.
I'm cool with that, man. Let's go. I mean, we have between 20 and 30 bottles left, so we're running.
Okay,
so the barrel's almost gone.
So we're in the red zone here. We only got like 20 or 30 bottles left. If somebody wants to be part of this, if they want to donate $100 to get one of these last 20 to 30 bottles, how do they do it?
So 2 ways. You can look for me on Instagram or on Facebook, Nate Spangle, NateSpangle, and the link is in my bio where you'll see the link to donate. All the money goes to bourbon, or my website is getindiana.com. You can find it on there.
All the money goes to Bourbon, Indiana.
All the money goes
for the tornado.
Goes to the Hoosiers, and all the money goes to.
My wife says our paycheck all goes to bourbon, but that's something totally different.
Yeah, right.
Can we try some?
Yeah, I mean, we have to, right? Well, you have to get the. Oh, there it is.
The hair on my arm just stood up right there.
Oh.
Not saying that I've got a problem, but that just happened.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So I went through, I picked out 5. I got to choose from 5 barrels. So they took me through like the whole tasting process to pick the one that most represented Bourbon, Indiana. And I was like, Bourbon's 1,600 people. It has to be served at the hometown bar, Journey's End. And we ended on this one. It was floral, approachable, and not pretentious. That's Bourbon, Indiana to a T.
Wow. I would just say it's freaking good.
There you go.
Not
You get that nice, we call that the Southern Indiana hug right there. Down in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah. I call it the Southern Marion County. It's freaking good.
There we go.
All right, man. This is really good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I mean, Rare Saint, that's their whole shtick, right? Is barrel picks, limited edition. They went and sourced 5 amazing barrels, let me choose them all. Like, talk about a tough day at the office, right? Trying 5 different bourbons to pick out which one's good enough for bourbon.
And then just real quick, this money that's being raised going to where after this?
Yeah,
I mean,
so we've been talking with the town, which was like a really, I wouldn't say fun process, but an awesome process to work with them on where they need the money to make an impact. Yep. So the public baseball and softball diamonds were affected, and they were like light poles and just making that. I mean, Little League season's starting now, and they're just questioning like how they can make that a great space for the community. So I think a large portion is going to go to that, but the town council is going to vote on it.
Okay.
So they get to choose where it all goes. We're going to write them a check to Bourbon, Indiana. Because of this bourbon, and let them.
Nate, if we're helping kids, can you fill me up one more time?
Oh, absolutely. For the kids.
Nate Spangle with us. One more time here. We got 30 seconds. Where can we go to make this minimum $100 donation that secures one of these bottles.
So you can donate anything, whether it's $5 or $50. But if you want to be gifted a bottle of this bourbon, you find me at Nate Spangle on Instagram or Facebook or getindiana.com. You can find all the details there. Gentlemen, I appreciate you having me on, and thank you for helping make an impact in my hometown. The Bourbonites and the Triton Trojans, thank you greatly.
Dude, we love all things local around here. Don't be a stranger. If you need something, come holler.
Heck yeah, I love it. Thanks, gentlemen.
Nate Spangle, ladies and gentlemen, helping out tornado victims here in Indiana. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You know, one of the many reasons I love the job that Galaxy Concrete Coatings did on my garage floor is because their staff was super. They got it done in as little as a day, and now my garage floor looks amazing. 4 times as strong. Lifetime warranty, not that you'll need it. Oh, yeah, they did not use epoxy. That's like the old standard the other guys use. They use polyurea, which is the new premium standard for coatings. I also just had Galaxy Concrete in to do the utility room concrete in my basement. It looks fantastic. Check out galaxyconcretecoatings.com or call their office, 751-9070.
For over 20 years, Howard Bailey Financial has been helping families just like yours gain clarity, confidence, and purpose with personal and practical financial strategies. And now, we're offering our full suite of services on Rangeline Road, right in the heart of Carmel, making it even easier to meet with our experienced team face-to-face. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating life transitions, or just need guidance for your financial future, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Text CARMEL to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have. Think it could be lower testosterone? What do you mean? All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T. I've heard about Nugenix. That really works? Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try? Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Explaining it to the people. Clouds this afternoon and clouds tonight with a low at 35. A sunny Wednesday. Right now it's 48 downtown. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending.
It was 7.5% coming out of the House. We got it up to 10 and raised the cap from 2 to 300.
That's dollars he's talking about and the tax credit part of the property tax bill. Governor Mike Braun on WIBC's Tony Katz in the Morning News says there's no point in vetoing a bill that he's at least partially satisfied with, and vetoes are only symbolic in Indiana, he says. Tensions still rising between the U.S. and China after China announced it would be raising levies on U.S. imports by 125% last week in response to President Trump's tariffs. Louisiana Senator John Kennedy telling Fox's America Reports he believes China to be one of the worst actors that has taken advantage of the U.S., and President Trump should continue to stand his ground.
We need to call their hand and slap them to Pluto until they start abiding by fair trading rules. It won't be easy, but China will ultimately have no choice.
The Trump administration has begun investigations into imports of computer chips, chip-making equipment, and pharmaceuticals. A 15-year-old caught with 2 guns on him, says IMPD. He's charged with shooting a man yesterday afternoon just after 3:30 at 25th and Sherman, and police say it was caught on surveillance video, and that helped them catch the teenager. Exactly how 50-year-old Nicholas Irvine of Michigan City ended up on the side of the road in LaPorte County after crashing his car is a mystery the police are trying to solve. Irvine died after being discovered and taken to the hospital Monday about 5 p.m. His car was found crashed in a ditch nearby. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Schulke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Schulke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
What's up, Chris? Looking at southbound 465 on the northeast side. Now at East 71st Street, a breakdown in the fast lane. Left lane closed. Traffic stop and go back to the White River. A little bit beyond 17-minute delay. Crash on the east side, Washington Street at 465. Inbound 65, slow 21st Meridian pad. Eastbound 70 dragging Belmont into the south split, 2 minutes on the delay. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, get 30% off all furniture, wicker, Berlin Gardens, polycast, aluminum, teak, and more. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Chilly tonight with frost advisories in place from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesday morning as lows fall into the mid-30s. Then we're in for a much nicer Wednesday with sunshine and lighter winds. Highs will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here with a very special in-studio guest.
Former Letterman writer, been a writer for some of your other favorite television programs, Jeff Boggs in studio with us. What were you and Nigel talking about during the commercial break there?
Okay, here's the question. If two dudes are texting, all right, this may not have happened over the weekend. Two dudes are texting. At what point is it a little weird? Too many texts back and forth.
We were texting about the finale of the show White Lotus on Max,
which already sounds bad.
And I mean, there's certain scenes in there where are very controversial. Arnold Schwarzenegger's son is involved in it. But I kept on texting him, and he finally wrote back and said, "This is getting a little weird."
It seems like the 10th back and forth, and then once I switch to thumbs up emoji, that's for me.
Yeah, once you switch. But you texted me again, though. You said, I got it right here. You said, oh, but wait, one more thing.
No, it was a different topic.
Said, wait, one more.
It was a different topic.
You said, I don't care what the topic was. You said, all right, this is getting a little weird. We've texted 10 times. I just hit you with the thumbs up emoji. And then I go, okay, I laughed. And then you said, oh, wait, one more thing.
Nigel, you also said, wait, when I texted that, you were
you can't repeat what I said because it has to do with the show.
Here it is. I put, we have to stop texting for the day. We've reached our weird limit. And you wrote back, whatever, I'm just getting started. I have it right here.
But then again, what did you text after that?
Oh, when I did say, wait, one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Okay,
there it is.
All right, anyway. We don't need any more context for that.
We can't actually talk about the rest of that text.
Jeff, on behalf of management, Allison, and myself, the only question I have is, how do you get Nigel to text you back?
Really?
Yeah.
Is he not a good texter?
He's a dark man. He's
hold
an
on.
Irish goodbye on text.
Right.
But it was during the day, wasn't it? I mean, it was late in the afternoon. You're texting me at 10 o'clock at night. It's hit or miss.
I think you got back at 10 o'clock. Because you
10 o'clock at night. You're on a group text with Rob and I at 7 o'clock, and it ends up just being Rob and I for about an hour. You wake up to pee at 3 in the morning, and you start talking about crap that happened 5 hours ago.
I have to take my iPhone in because I don't want to turn the light on. I use my iPhone for the flashlight. That's why I use my iPhone when I urinate at 3 o'clock.
I'm honored.
You're very welcome.
Post 10 p.m. text.
Jeff Boggs with us. I'm surprised that you are here today. I thought you would still be celebrating all those glass ceilings that were shattered by Katy Perry and Gayle King going to space.
Right. Now, I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist guy, but have you seen the pictures today of where they opened the door? Like, did they really go to space? Because when Bezos walks up to the shuttle...
Didn't he trip?
No, that was hilarious. That was one of the best trips I've ever seen. But there's footage. There's footage where the girls on the inside open the door, and the vacuum sealed compartment. They pull the door out, and Bezos and them are like, no, and they walked around to the other door where he had to unlock it. It was kind of funny, but the whole thing didn't make sense to me. You have a space shuttle called what? The Blue Origin? Was that what it was called?
Blue Origin.
Blue Origin. Sounds like a Blue Origin sounds like a feminine hygiene product, and then the actual capsule looks like a large penis. Am I correct? I mean,
that's one of the ones that Bezos has.
Yeah, that's been a running thing for a while now. It looks like a phallic.
It's like the Austin Powers scene where it's going through space. One-eyed Willie
Johnson.
Now let me ask you this. I was thinking about this, and I've been thinking about it since last night. But you know how we just had the astronauts who were stuck in space for 8 months?
Sure. Yeah.
Correct.
How terrible that was. What if this flight had reached orbit and then become stuck? Could you think of anything worse than being stuck in a space capsule with Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Lauren Sanchez? Could you think of anything worse than that?
I'm sure you probably could.
I spent all morning trying to think of it. I came up with two. One of mine was being stuck in a waiting room at a doctor's office where the only music playing is Luke Bryan singing Michelle Obama's podcast. You can't get out.
A live performance of Luke singing Michelle's
Obama's podcast. I would think that would maybe be worse. And then the only other one I had was getting stuck in an elevator with Nigel when he's making dinner plans with his family on speakerphone. What do you think, honey? Should we grab some lobsters on the way home, or should we do some fillets?
Lobsters.
You're not loud enough.
You think some fillets?
Allison, back me up here. We hear this hell every single day, Jeff.
It's very clear.
And you can't get out, and you're just like, sure, maybe a red, like maybe a cab or some Stag's
please! Oh, come on! Now, my wife does like a good red, or she likes a cab, or she drinks a pink one too out of a silver bottle, rosé, all day rosé. Does that make sense?
Is that down in your wine cellar?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, but I think that the extent of that would be maybe we could go to hibachi.
Okay.
All right, but there's no lobster involved. Please, we both have jobs. It's mostly Costco pizzas during the week.
But the family winery is doing well, correct?
Yes, the Laskowski wines are a big part of his palatious Zionsville estate, where he pays so much in property taxes, he brags about it all the time. He's very happy to pay that Zionsville fee.
I'm so grateful. I'm so happy that I can afford to pay the...
It's like the Francis Ford Coppola wine, but the Laskowski
No, we don't have a winery.
There's nothing wrong with being wealthy, Nigel.
All right. Bigger deal, Jeff Boggs. Yesterday's trip to space for Katy Perry, or the fact that 70 years ago today, 1955, Ray Kroc opened the first McDonald's restaurant in Des Plaines, Illinois. What's a bigger deal?
Whoa. Well, considering in the last hour I've been to McDonald's, I'm going to say that because I don't know if you ever saw The Founder, the movie, the Ray Kroc story.
Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable. When you think about that dude and what he did in the vision that he had, of thinking of it as almost a real estate company as opposed to a hamburger company. I think that's outstanding. But
He screwed the guys, right?
He really screwed them. Yeah. Yeah. But even the first time he went, he's like placed his order and they're like, here you go. And he's like, oh, no, I just ordered. And it's like, nope, that's all you need.
That's how we roll now. That's what we do.
It's here waiting for you. So, anybody who knows me knows I'm a big fan of McDonald's.
What's the most McDonald's you've ever consumed in one sitting?
I probably, nothing crazy. Probably like, 2 Big Macs, a McChicken, large fries.
Monetary value on that?
Under 20-ish.
Okay.
20-ish. But I hit
Hammers hit 20 before.
Taco Bell. Okay, what have you hit at Taco Bell? Because that's the big one.
Taco Bell's a little cheaper than McDonald's.
Is it?
But I've also spent $30 on myself.
Yes.
I will say the all-time record for a fast food trip when my wife was pregnant with our firstborn, and this is when the cravings were fast and furious. She's got big old pregnant belly. And like for whatever reason, whenever she would want to binge eat, I would try to one-up her.
Sure.
So we went through, I remember it was Grammy night for some reason, and we decided to watch the Grammys. I went through the McDonald's drive-thru for 2 people, $50.
Oh,
nice.
No. How?
35 of it was me. And I wasn't pregnant,
nice.
Jeff.
Are you not doing value meals or the 2 for $5s?
They didn't have the apps back then. I feel like if you get on the app, you can get a better deal.
There were value meals, but when you start adding them up, multiple value meals, Jeff, there's only so many things you can do.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Real quick before we hit a break here, Pacers playoffs. I got the Pacer T-shirt on today. You got the Pacers hat on today. Saturday is game 1 here in the city. You excited?
Yeah, you almost wonder, like, could we win the whole thing? You're breaking it down. You're looking at, the record since December, and we're top 3, top 4. Could we win the whole thing? We got to get past Milwaukee, but what's his name's out? Who's
Dame Lillard?
Dame
maybe
Lillard
out. Yes.
is out. And then you're looking at, okay, it's Boston, it's Cleveland. I think we can beat Cleveland.
So you get Cleveland in round 2. You avoid the Celtics, I think, until the finals. Because the Celtics had the number 2 seed.
Who's Cleveland?
Cleveland's got a bunch of really good dudes, and they play team ball. They remind me of the Pacers.
No, who are they
Donovan
playing
Mitchell.
In the first round. Detroit?
I think, no, the Knicks have Detroit. Cleveland has one of the play-in teams.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Cleveland will advance. But, we can beat them. And then an Eastern Conference Finals with the Celtics, downtown Indy in May. That would just be phenomenal. That would feel like the 90s.
Even though the broom came out last year with the Celtics, the Pacers and Racers is always fun.
You know what's crazy? I was looking back. The biggest shot in Pacers history possibly, underrated, Byron Scott in 94. The three-pointer in game 1 against Orlando. We were going to lose that game.
Yes.
And he hit a 3 with 2 seconds left. We won the game. I was at Market Square for game 3 for the sweep.
Me too.
Snuck into Market Square with a broom in my clothing, like about 100 other people. And all of us, when it was, we blew them out in the 4th quarter, but we started parading up and down the top levels.
Yes.
And they got all of us. They grabbed all of us with brooms. And they brought us out to the loge or the and they took our brooms and threw them and they go on back in. And it was crazy. That was great. But Byron Scott was a dude who started it.
Come back for one more segment?
Yes, please.
Come on.
Jeff Boggs with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Indiana patients rely on many types of pharmacies to access their medications and critical healthcare services. But a proposal being considered in the Indiana legislature called SB 140 would disrupt access to medications for Indiana patients. SB 140 would impose government mandates blocking access to critical pharmacy options and services in Indiana. Lost access to pharmacy options would directly harm many of Indiana's most vulnerable patients, including patients fighting cancer and heart disease, many of whom rely on specialty pharmacies for their care. SB 140 would even hike costs for Indiana patients by imposing a $10 tax on every prescription filled in the state. That would often fall directly on the patient. Tell your state legislator, protect access to medications, reject higher costs. Put Indiana patients first by voting no on SB 140, paid for by conservatives for lower healthcare costs.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, Booher, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. Booher, BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indy. Darren Andrews, clinic director, is here to tell us more.
The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Grow your hair back today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your evaluation. 317-522-2995.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Damon's Garden Company South has trees, shrubs, vegetables, flowers, hanging baskets, plus garden and landscape supplies and knowledgeable staff. Damon's South on Emerson Avenue.
Join our B&W Premier Club for additional benefits and exclusive discounts.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, B+W.com, your American Standard air dealer.
This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, get 30% off all patio furniture, wicker, Berlin Gardens, poly, cast aluminum, teak, and more.
Think of it as WIBC on 2x speed. Big opinions, great moments, and just enough chaos. The WIBC Mashup Podcast brings it all together in one fast, fun listen. New episode each weekday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Looking at northbound 65 to 29th Street, crash partially blocking the exit ramp. Southbound 65 slows MLK to Meridian Bed. Northeast side still trying to get this stall going at southbound 465 at 75th. The left lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go all the way back past Keystone Avenue for a delay of 30 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, see their large selection of grills, Weber, Traeger, and Napoleon along the Big Green Egg. Along with the Big Green Egg, I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
50 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center here at 93 WIBC. Former Letterman writer Jeff Boggs in studio with us. So I watched your old boss, Dave Letterman, do this interview with Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the Netflix special.
Watched that last night.
And of the people in the studio, I think I'm the only one that thought Dave did a good job on that interview.
Oh, no, I thought he did a good job. I just didn't think Caitlin may not have been that interesting.
Ooh, interesting.
I think I'd rather watch her on the basketball court.
All right, so Hammer liked it. Nigel hated it. Allison, did you watch it at all?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay, so I would say my biggest problem with it was why in the world did they? I don't get why they did it at Ball State. Like, to me, that was a big fail. They should have done it
Does
here.
Dave do all of these at Ball State? I don't know. I haven't seen any other ones.
I don't think so, but I understand why he would do some stuff at Ball State. But this one, it's Caitlin Clark. It's Indy. You know, they could have filled the place.
At the field house.
And I think it would have had a little better vibe because they're also jumping back and forth between Long's Donuts and Duck Pin Bowling, and they're going to Iowa. And so I didn't understand that part of it. I also thought there was a weird chemistry with Dave and Caitlin. Like he was
Thank you.
Kind of. I mean, he was making moves almost. Like,
does she know who he is? Like on a level like you and I and Hammer do?
It's almost like that thing.
She's 22 years old.
When she says she's 22 and she's like talking to Grandpa, you know, to her, it's not the dude who did the Velcro Alka-Seltzer stuff and the craziness. It's just like an older famous guy. I think Dave was working it. Like, when I watched it, it's funny because how he talked to her, it was so it was respectful, but kind of, you know, poking fun at her a little bit.
Right.
And
which, to Nigel's point, she's kind of dry, so I thought Dave did his best to get some sort of content out of this thing.
She's fine. She has to find her comedy voice, because right now it's just like that Daria type thing, you know what I mean? It's just like
that's a great reference.
Everything's
too.
a little like right. But and conversely, I'm just so used to hearing Dave, like, he would just get mad at me jokingly sometimes, but sometimes for real. But he's just like, you're a doofus, or, you know, you're fired, or things like that. Right. And then to Caitlin, it's like, it's just incredible what you do, you know. So I thought it was an interesting interview. If I had produced it, I would have put the whole thing in Indy, because that's what this was about.
Find him on social media, on Twitter at @NotKennyRogers. He's an American treasure. That's Jeff Boggs. Thank you, my man.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, we've all seen the troubles with the stock market today. Your Social Security income becomes a lot more important in retirement, and that's why it's critical you make a smart decision and don't leave any money on the table. Learn how you could wring every nickel out of your benefits with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
Bill Demery is my retirement guy. And he should be your retirement guy, because he explains things in a way that everybody can understand. And the analysis he gives you tells you how and when you can get the most from your Social Security income. So if you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, call Bill Demery right now. He will walk you through it all. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer: buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And for a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. That's right, upgrade your home today and don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. And here's the real spring surprise: get a bonus $500 off your home improvement project. There's never been a better time to bundle and save with Universal Windows Direct. Some restrictions may apply, so call today, 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Get all the information and schedule your totally free in-home estimate. And see everything for yourself on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
The following is a paid advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Have you or your loved ones been injured in an accident that was not your fault? Listen up, because you need to call the Legal Help Center. They handle all types of accidents, from car accidents, motorcycle, DUI, rideshare, to workplace injuries, slips and falls, and many more. Legal Help Center was created to be a reliable resource, connecting injured victims to local area attorneys with experience in your accident. Legal Help Center representatives are ready to answer your questions and provide you a free consultation. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. If you've been injured from an accident that was not your fault, you need to call. Get your life back, know your legal rights, and get the financial compensation you deserve. Let Legal Help Center connect you with a law firm who can answer your questions. Call Legal Help Center for a free consultation. 800-438-8080. Speak to a live agent now. 800-438-8080. 800-438-8080.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Defending deportations, I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. President Trump has taken sweeping action on illegal immigration since taking office. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the administration has largely cleaned up a mess at the southern border they inherited from the prior administration.
According to CBP, Border Patrol apprehensions along the southwest border for the entire month of March 2025 were lower than the first 2 days of March 2024 under Joe Biden.
The Trump administration has faced backlash from Democrats over its deportation efforts and the legality of sending migrants to El Salvador prisons. Deportation efforts begin against the reputed East Coast transnational gang leader. Fox's Jeff Manassa with a story.
A federal judge grants the Justice Department's motion to dismiss charges against Henry Villatoros Santos, who was arrested on weapons charges last month in Virginia. Charges the Department of Justice moved to drop to expedite the deportation process for the El Salvador native that they call a top leader of the MS-13 terror group, who is living in the U.S. illegally. The judge's order paused until Friday, giving the defense a chance to explore other options. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
After many unanswered questions, we're about to learn more about would-be Donald Trump assassin Ryan Ruth. Fox's Dana Marie McNichol reports from Florida.
Today's hearing will most likely focus on the gun found at the scene. Ruth's attorneys, they're hoping this could prove his innocence, while prosecutors are laying out new information to show Ruth's intent to kill President Trump. In court documents, the government laid out a long list of evidence they want admitted into the trial. This includes encrypted messages that shows Ruth allegedly tried to purchase a rocket-propelled grenade or an anti-aircraft missile from an associate he believed to be a Ukrainian with access to military weapons.
America's listening to Fox News.
Did you know?
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A bit of blame for the property tax bill situation. Still 47 with clouds in downtown Indy. Tonight it's 35 and cloudy, but sunny Wednesday. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 4:03.
Something that still disappointed me because they said SB1 and then had my bill template in it. And then immediately started listening to vested interests.
Governor Mike Braun passing some of the blame for the gutting of his original idea to state lawmakers. He says listen to lobbyists and special interests. Braun nevertheless supported the bill that passed in the state Senate early this morning. On Tony Katz in the Morning News, he says there's no point in vetoing the bill. The battle for better health is one we must win. That's part of what was said in Indianapolis this morning. John Herrick reports.
We have a generational opportunity to make this country as healthy as it should be.
Administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Dr. Mehmet Oz, speaking at the event set up by Indiana Governor Mike Braun, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to make Indiana healthy again. Oz says mothers have a lot on their plate.
Because she knows you win the battle for health in the home, in the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom. That's where the real battle for health will be won.
Governor Braun signed 9 executive orders, and some of those include work requirements for SNAP recipients and a ban on purchasing candy and soda with benefits, among other things.
Small modular nuclear reactors may be used for the first time in the United States in Indiana, thanks to a series of bills passed at the State House. One that passed this afternoon makes it easier to change from one kind of utility to another with some notice.
Then they do not have to go through
a rezoning process.
Republican Representative Ed Soliday of Valparaiso. An example would be from electric to nuclear. Representative Matt Pierce, a Democrat from Bloomington, takes issue.
I think SMRs are significantly different because they involve radioactive material. They're going to generate spent fuel rods, and they're going to have to be stored somewhere.
He says the community should have more of a say because the fuel rods would have to be stored on site. A 15-year-old arrested for shooting a man about 3:30 yesterday at 25th and Sherman. IMPD says they had help with their investigation. Video surveillance. The man is in the hospital. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you've lived like this, it's no way to live, and it's having a significant impact on your life. I know you know this, and I know that taking action isn't always convenient. But at Advent, we've done all we can to make changing your life for the better as easy as possible. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. With tens of thousands of our patients, a thorough breathing triangle evaluation, along with a simple 20-minute in-office procedure called balloon sinuplasty, has opened their nasal passages, allowing them to breathe freely through their nose for good. And there's a good chance this procedure can do the same for you. We'll help you breathe through your nose again, and it will change your life.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Chris still working on the stall on the northeast side on southbound 465 at East 75th. Left lane is closed and traffic is backed up past Allisonville Road, past Keystone Avenue to Westfield Boulevard, a 26-minute delay. Crash coming southbound 69, and it is on the ramps to 465. And southbound 69 now backed up to 96th Street because of that incident, and we're looking at a delay of about 8 minutes. Looking at inbound 65, stop and go 29th to Meridian Penn. Northbound 65, crash on the exit 229th, ramp is open. Eastbound 70 slow, roll off Belmont to the south split, a 4-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than anything. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Chilly tonight with frost advisories in place from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesday morning as lows fall into the mid-30s. Then we're in for a much nicer Wednesday with sunshine and lighter winds. Highs will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Oh, man, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer has some breaking news here. He got all giddy and was shaking in his seat and was fist pumping like Kirk Gibson. Major League Baseball player hit the home run. What is going on over there?
Man, I needed some good news today. After this absolute turd of a property tax bill, the fact that Governor Braun's going to sign it, I needed some good news. The Indiana Supreme Court has set the execution date for the Beech Grove cop killer, Benjamin Ritchie, that little needle wiener, for May 20th. Now, this piece of human garbage has been on Indiana death row for over 20 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And I know the widow. I know the family. My son played baseball with one of the sons, and I know they're going to be happy once this is all over. We've had her on the show before. She's looking forward to having some closure. And you know what? This is one last scumbag that's going to be breathing our air. So May 20th is the execution date for Benjamin Ritchie.
Where are you going to be here? Can you go?
So here's the thing. One,
you can't go unless you're family. You can't.
Right. As of right now, they don't really issue credentials per se to the media unless you are invited by the family or the victim, I guess. I'm sorry, the person about to be executed.
The murderer.
The murderer. We have our Tales from the Track event on Monday the 19th. I'm scheduled to go to Nashville the next day because that's the AC/DC concert down at Nashville. But Executions usually happen like overnight, sometimes after midnight. So in theory, if somebody wants to get me into this thing, I could leave our Tales from the Track event, drive up to Michigan City, watch this waste of human life, get the needle, and then I could go down to Nashville after that.
And then Highway to Hell from AC/DC would take on a whole new meaning.
Oh, man, dedicated to this loser. So, yeah, the Supreme Court in Indiana.
Wow.
And if you've ever watched any of those MSNBC shows where they talk about death row, he's always one of these guys that's there. And, like, some people, they're on death row and, you know, they almost act like they're sorry for what they've done, even if they're not. This guy, he got the badge number of the officer tattooed on his neck. He called a grieving widow in the courtroom the B word while he was in the sentencing process. This guy's one of the worst, and he's been on death row for over 20 years, 25 to be precise. He's out of appeals. He's been out of appeals for a long time. Good for the Attorney General, Todd Rokita, for pursuing this, and good for the Indiana Supreme Court for actually setting a date here, May 20th.
Well, bye. As he said, it's the movie Tombstone.
Bye.
Well, bye.
All right. Are you getting worn out by this Maryland man, innocent person deported hoax to the level that I am, Nige?
What Maryland man? It's not a Maryland man.
So this story that Donald Trump accidentally deported the wrong person, some man from Maryland, when he shouldn't have been sent to El Salvador, is a total hoax and it's bullcrap. There was a clerical error. So what happened, and this is the Cliff's Notes version of what happened. There's a long list of dirtbags that were scheduled to be on those deportation flights to El Salvador, to be thrown into the jail down there with all the other MS-13 folks. And this guy that was, quote, accidentally deported is an MS-13 gang member per multiple courts, not just one, multiple courts. They got the name wrong with a different person. But the way that CNN and MSNBC and Politico are making it sound like, they're making this sound like Donald Trump grabbed just somebody's janitor or somebody that's working at, a stockyard or in a warehouse. ICE showed up, dragged him, put something over his head, and threw him to El Salvador.
Maryland man.
Right.
A Maryland man was deported to El Salvador's jail.
They were all MS-13 gang members. His name was entered incorrectly. But let's pump the brakes on this innocent man was deported from Donald Trump. That's not what happened at all, and it's not even close. We played you the audio of Trump advisor Stephen Miller breaking down exactly what happened here. But the hoax goes on. There's a Maryland senator by the name of Chris Van Hollen. Who says he plans to go to El Salvador and show solidarity with the accidental deportation guy, and he's requesting a meeting with the president of El Salvador.
I did request it. I've not heard back from the president of El Salvador. As I said in that letter, if I don't hear from him and Abrego Garcia is not quickly returned, I do intend to go to El Salvador this week to show solidarity with his family. As you indicated, the Trump administration itself has admitted that he was abducted and sent to this prison in error, and he should get his due process.
If I was Donald Trump, I'd be like, wish you the best. Good luck at El Salvador. The president of El Salvador is just here. He's not too sympathetic to the cause of these MS-13 members, no matter where they were supposed to be deported to.
Right. Did you get the feel over the last 24 hours while Trump was meeting with this guy that the El Salvador president was in any rush to meet with Chris Van Hollen to save a gang member who's being sent to like one of the most heinous prisons? Like, this is cracking me up. I see people sharing pictures on social media all the time. I can't believe that these prison conditions in El Salvador are this bad. I'm sorry, but if you're expecting me to shed tears for 13 gang members, people who rape women, who rape children, who do human trafficking, you've probably come to the wrong guy. I'm the guy that wants Benjamin Ritchie's execution broadcast. So don't come to me wanting any sort of sympathy for these pieces of trash.
I mean, the greatest thing that the El Salvador president said when he was meeting with Donald Trump was like, look, I don't look at it as imprisoning tens of thousands of criminals. I look at it as liberating millions of my citizens.
Right. When the bad guys are locked up, the good people feel liberated.
What a great quote that was. Even Donald Trump got jealous, I think. He was like, oh, can I use that?
I'm going to steal that. Totally going to steal it. Yeah, that press conference Trump did with the president of El Salvador was crazy.
Yeah.
And for 10 minutes, at one point, they just all took turns crapping all over CNN. Like, Caitlin Collins tried to push this stupid Maryland man hoax out there, and then each cabinet member, from Rubio to Pam Bondi to Stephen Miller, all just destroyed her one right after the other. And then Trump looks to the El Salvador president and talks about how CNN hates America and they never put out the good poll numbers.
You know, like CNN over here doesn't want to put them out because they don't like putting out good numbers. They only like putting out because I think they hate our country, actually.
So after hearing that live on television, like CNN was broadcasting that, Dana Bash, who's been at CNN for years, she had her feelings hurt back in the studio.
Jeff Zeleny, I want to start with you. You are at the White House. Before I get to you, I just want to say, for the record, since we heard President Trump say in the Oval Office that CNN hates our country, CNN does not hate our country.
Have you ever heard a news network have to go on and say, hey, by the way, just so you know, we're a major legacy media outlet and we don't hate this country.
Just for the record,
just having Donald Trump putting them in the position to have to say that out loud is genius.
Here now to offer a counterpoint to Dana Bash's argument is a little montage over the last couple of years of CNN hosts and panelists hating this country.
Here's a breaking news. We live in a racist, sexist, homophobic, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic country.
Everything they're doing runs against making America great. Well, it was never great, so I'm not going to say America great.
Kicking off the Independence Day weekend, President Trump will be at Mount Rushmore, where he'll be standing in front of a monument of 2 slave owners and on land wrestled away from Native Americans, told that be focusing on the effort to, quote, tear down our country's history.
They strongly believe, these human smugglers, that this is their chance to enter the United States. This is their chance at the American dream. That's why they risk everything, only to find out that it's all a lie.
And when we got our freedom, our quote-unquote freedom, we were never restored whole, which is why you hear about reparations. So until the United States atones for that and makes good on that, we're still living in a racist country.
Hate everything about you. Allison, do you know the artists of this song that's playing?
I don't.
Matt Baer, do you know the artist of the song?
Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah!
Look at the brains on Matt.
Look at the brains on Brad. Northbound 65, crash on the exit to 29th Street. Inbound 65, stop and go 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic Tibbs Avenue into the south is split. And looking at southbound 69, a crash on the exit to 465. Ramp is open, backed up 296. Stall cleared. Finally, northeast side, southbound 465 at East 75th. Eastbound lane still backed up to Westfield Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radio is our instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, we are looking at some sunshine here on Monument Circle. 53 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swanco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or swancollc.com.
Since we opened our doors, UC Bank has been committed to the communities we call home. Building financial wellness, UC is proud to offer customized lending strategies and innovative resources to our vibrant communities. UC Bank, building community one family, one street, one city at a time. Member FDIC.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The Builders Association of Greater Indianapolis's Parade of Homes is coming up April 25th through the 27th and May 2nd through the 4th, featuring Indy's top builders. Custom home builder Joyner Homes will have both of their Greenfield model homes featured on the tour, giving you the opportunity to meet their new home specialist, find out about floor plans, pricing, and available lots. JoynerHomes.com for more info and reserve your ticket to receive a free all-access pass for the Parade of Homes at BAGI.com.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Damon's Garden Center West on Rockville Road.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Come on. Is this anything? Crosswalk buttons in Silicon Valley have been hacked and now feature messages from Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Shut up.
So, like when you hit the buttons when you're, waiting to cross the street.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a voice. they hacked them in Silicon Valley. Here is one with Zuckerberg's voice making fun of AI.
Wait. Hi, this is Mark Zuckerberg, but real ones call me the Zuck. You know, it's normal to feel uncomfortable or even violated as we forcefully insert AI into every facet of your conscious experience. And I just want to assure you, you don't need to worry, because there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. Anyway, see ya.
Is that anything?
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a real... So Silicon Valley is in Northern California. It's like part of the San Francisco Bay.
Tech hub.
Yeah, exactly. And so people are trying to cross the street, and you hear that little beep, beep, beep. That's for the, I believe not a hearing impaired. That wouldn't make sense. The
visual
impaired. But then you hear Mark Zuckerberg's voice say, hey, there's nothing you can do about AI. It's inevitable. Come on across the street. That is incredible. I don't know how they do it, and I don't know if it's like legit or not. In terms of, is this on purpose?
Oh, it's totally on purpose. It's totally on purpose.
I know it's on purpose, but did Zuck have anything to do with it?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's just AI. I mean, it's easy to do. I mean, listen, I'm not too proud to say this. I hacked a few here in Indianapolis, and if you've ever heard AI Joe Hogshead's voice when you've tried to cross the street,
yes,
it may have been me.
Oh.
When the light turns red, that means you can cross the road and go to a liquor store and bring me back 13 bottles of vodka, some horse tranquilizer, and a shot of tequila. Okay, the light is now red. Hurry your fat ass up because Daddy needs a drink.
If you've ever heard that...
They sell horse tranquilizer at the local liquor store.
You got to ask for it specially, yeah.
Okay. It's
just say Mayor Joe sent me.
It's behind the counter, okay.
Yes. Is this anything? A British boss was surprised when a female job applicant used a face filter during a Zoom interview.
Okay.
So you know what those face filters are, right? You could make yourself look like a baby or a cartoon character.
Yeah, it's like Snapchat, yeah.
It's not very professional if you're trying to use it for a job interview.
Well, no.
This one was egg and toast. Her eyes are in the egg yolks and her mouth in the slice of toast, and the guy doing the interview wasn't having it.
Hi, Julia. Nice to meet you. I'm not sure if you know, but there's a bit of animation on your face.
Yeah, hey, I'm not feeling well today, so is it okay if I don't show my face?
I'm not sure we're going to be able to conduct the interview with this. It's not very professional. Is there any chance you could turn it off?
I can use a different one if you want. Like, is this better?
And I'm watching it now. She switched it to her eyes and mouth were a strawberry. So, no, this is nothing. I don't know if she was trying to troll this guy or maybe get some clicks, but she's wasting this dude's time. And it is kind of funny because the British boss was like, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm looking at eggs and toast right now. Your eyes are the eggs, your mouth is the bacon. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I don't believe this was a real attempt to get a job.
Imagine having a face so jacked up that the British don't want to see you. Like, they're notorious for their awful teeth, right? So,
right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. Austin Powers used to make fun of that all the time. All right, dealer's choice here, Nigel.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about the Minecraft movie and Jack Black, or do we want to talk about UFOs falling from the sky?
Oh, do Jack Black.
All right. Actor, comedian Jack Black. He's the star of the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, huge movie.
Made a surprise appearance at a screening of the Minecraft movie at a theater in L.A. over the weekend.
And there's this viral moment during the movie where he says something and the crowd goes wild and starts throwing things. And they've had to, have police in there and stuff.
Right. There's some sort of trigger announcement in the movie that Minecraft players are aware of where they throw popcorn and stuff. Jack Black had to make an announcement at the movie.
For today's presentation of a Minecraft movie,
they didn't know it was him.
Please, no throwing popcorn, and also absolutely no chicken jockeys.
Chicken jockey.
I am Steve. Look what I brought. My actual pickaxe. Are you ready to rock? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy a Minecraft movie! Roll on the projector.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. That's something. Yeah. He says, one of the characters or his character says chicken jockey in the movie, and people go nuts over that for some reason. I don't know what, like you said, a trigger phrase. And then before Jack Black left, he danced his way through the aisle.
It was like high-fiving everybody,
people.
Which is cool, I think.
It is. Yeah, I mean, like I think he got his handprints on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then a couple of years ago, and then he ended his speech with, "Oh, and Donald Trump is a piece of S," which was, okay, whatever. Yeah, you're a Hollywood movie star, and that's all you could come up with.
His partner in Tenacious D, didn't he celebrate the assassination attempt? Kyle Gass, like the other part of Tenacious D?
And he had to break up with him. Yeah, that was too much for Jack Black, even though he hates Donald Trump. I remember that. Yeah, but so, yeah, I guess I think that would be pretty cool if I end up going to Mission Impossible at the end of May and Tom Cruise shows up and starts running through the aisle high-fiving people. I would think that was pretty cool.
If Tom Cruise ran through, it'd be a low five, though. You got to put your hand down low.
Short.
He's a short guy. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Schulke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Schulke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
Hey, it's Matt Bear. Warm weather is coming, and now's the time to call Cochran Exteriors to beat the spring rush. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and more. My friends at Cochran Exteriors will give you a free consultation with options to meet your budget, and all without the high pressure or gimmicky sales tactics. Over 10,000 satisfied area customers, a lifetime workmanship warranty. It's why Cochran Exteriors is my choice. Visit CochranExteriors.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Be careful while bending the law. A cloudy and cool afternoon. Cloudy tonight, too. It's 48 right now downtown. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. The Trump administration says former President Joe Biden may have broken the law when he let hundreds of thousands of individuals in the U.S. Fox's Jackie Heinrich has details from the White House.
The press secretary said something pretty significant. Even though these 500,000 or so migrants entered the country through what was at the time deemed a legal program, the Trump administration administration views them as illegal immigrants, saying that the Biden administration stretched the law to get them here in the first place. So the judge's order as it stands would appear to require that each of these 500,000 migrants should get individual hearings. The White House saying that it will fight this in court. Former President Biden created the CHNV mass humanitarian parole program through his executive powers. Now President Trump is trying to use his own executive authority to undo it and to revoke their status.
And if you look at every aspect of it, it does things gradually over time that creates more transparency, more deductions.
Governor Mike Braun defending the property tax bill that has been cringe for some Hoosiers who wanted more tax relief. On Tony Katz in the Morning News, he says he's somewhat satisfied with the final product passed out of the Senate early this morning. More than 80 animals, including 78 birds and several mammals, have died over the past few months at the Frankfort TPA Park Zoo. That's one of the reasons the City Board of Public Works has voted to close the zoo. The mayor also says the zoo has been cited for several violations, and to make improvements would cost a lot of money. And rather than do that, and for the sake of the animals and the taxpayers, they will find new homes for all of the animals. You've got traffic and weather coming up.
Spring showers might bring flowers, but they can also bring roof leaks. Strong winds, heavy rain can expose hidden damage, leading to costly water issues inside your home. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Water can seep into your attic, walls, and insulation, causing mold, rot, and expensive structural damage. The good news? Moss Roofing. They offer free inspections. Whether it's a small leak or a big roofing concern, their expert team will assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. With over 35 years of experience, Moss Roofing knows how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather. Don't wait for a minor drip to turn into a major repair. For top-notch roofing services, trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring. For a job done right every single time, visit mossroofing.com. Call 317-747-3665. 317-747-3665 or go online to Moss Roofing. MOSS. mossroofing.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
All right, looking at a stall now. It's a disabled vehicle, southbound 65 to 465. Stop and go traffic back to 96th Street, a little bit beyond that to 106th. Eastbound 465. Stop and go traffic, Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 slow, White River Bridge to Meridian Penn, 10-minute delay. And eastbound 79-minute delay before Belmont into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, get 30% off all furniture, wicker, Berlin Gardens, poly, cast aluminum, teak, and more. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Chilly tonight with frost advisories in place from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesday morning as lows fall into the mid-30s. Then we're in for a much nicer Wednesday with sunshine and lighter winds. Highs will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen DeUna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Well, Hammer, the property tax bill that the governor plans to sign is a bright, shiny, beautiful, glossy turd. Ooh. I mean, come on, man. I mean, really? That's what it is? 10%, $300 cap? I just, it's not what we had in mind when we were voting for him. We were talking to Governor Braun about property tax relief. Let's go back to 2021. Yeah, let's get those rates back to 2021.
Which I thought was a very fair compromise, okay? I thought that was fair. But apparently it wasn't good enough.
Well, I don't know if he ever intended, it seems in my mind, he knew that wasn't going to work.
In his conversation with Tony Katz earlier today, it kind of felt like he was using the art of the deal, but that was like the opening thing.
Yes.
Because the art of the deal is at very first, you put some ridiculous thing out there, and if they take it, great. If not, now you got a place to negotiate at. But I didn't think that that was some over-the-top ridiculous thing. Like, I don't think it's asking too much for people to go back 4 years to work off of that budget. I don't think that's out of the question.
I've been working off of that budget. I've been working off of those numbers.
All of our listeners have.
Yeah.
Anybody that's had to deal with inflation, the grocery prices, gas prices, property tax increases, we've all had to make do, right? So why are local governments and some of these greedy admins at the school corps any different? Why are they special? But apparently they are. And the thing that bothered me in that conversation, again, Tony Katz did with Governor Braun, and I thought Tony did a great job.
Yes.
There's always going to be those people that go on social media, I thought you were soft. I thought you were soft. Tony did a great interview, right? The same way I think we did a great interview with the Lieutenant Governor on Friday. Never going to make everybody happy. I get that. But the thing that bothered me the most was when Governor Braun made it sound like because we didn't show up to every school board meeting, because we didn't protest every local council meeting, that's why this happened.
They took their lobbyists, they stoked up fears that you weren't going to be able to do the basics of education and local government services, and erred on that side. And that is why I think SB1 got gutted, because there weren't enough people showing up at their local meetings, the school board meetings, and city councils and county councils and commissioners. Now going forward with what we've gained here, that's where the focus needs to be in terms of complaining if you're fed up with what your locals are doing. We can't do a state government fix to take care of a local issue. This is a great start, though.
Oh, it's our fault?
Yeah, because you didn't show up to every single school board meeting like an angry red-shirted teacher. You didn't show up to every council meeting and raise hell. Not everybody's Rob Kendall. That's the reason why these lobbyists and butt-sniffing politicians got what they wanted, and we all got screwed.
I didn't think I had to, like, why do I have to show up to those things? This is what I was promised from you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
not just the governor, the lieutenant governor, too.
Of course, yes. I don't have to. And there were 1,000 people on St. Patrick's Day down at the State House for property tax reform. Extrapolate those 1,000 people who really cared about tax reform, property tax reform, and couldn't make it.
Right.
Okay?
Because let's be honest, the folks that normally vote Republican or conservative, they're not the protest type of people. They're not super organized and do this every year like the angry teachers do. This was a one-time deal, and these people took off work. They had to get childcare. They went downtown for a purpose, 1,000 strong. And the people that couldn't make it were living vicariously through the loud and proud 1,000 that were there. And did Rod Bray or Todd Young or Scott Baldwin or any other those slime balls come up and say anything to that crowd? No. Hell no, they didn't. So Tony Katz then asked Governor Braun this morning, why didn't you just veto this thing if nobody likes it?
In a state like Indiana, your veto means nothing other than symbolic, and there's no guarantee that you get anything out of it, because you can override it with a simple majority, and a special session can
this
be
just
gavelled
passed by
in
2
and
votes.
out.
Your words. Why are you sure they would override you, sir?
No, because when you win by just 2 votes, how do you think that would work if you actually vetoed it? So you can make that point. I respect it. All I can tell you is that going forward, we're looking for other things we can do, and if we want to get more through the grassroots for people that want more, show up at your local school board meetings and local government meetings, or otherwise you'd run into the same dynamic that I ran into with the Senate, listening too much to that. That's why they took SB1 in its original form and then hollowed it out, and then we got it back to where it's acceptable as a building block. And I will sign it based upon that, but it's the start of it, not the end.
So you will be signing it. That's definitely happening.
I will be signing it, yes.
So according to Governor Braun in his interview with Tony Katz, Nige, The governor's veto is worthless, and everybody in the state is just at the mercy of the school boards, the lobbyists, and local governments. Unless you have some sort of insurrection at every one of these meetings, you're just going to have to be subservient to every single school board member and local elected official.
And it's a building block, which that's not the way this whole thing was presented to us at the beginning.
No, not at all.
Exactly what you said. You nailed it. And it's a building block. Well, we'll see what we can do next year.
Okay. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it works out for you. But the other thing is, too, Nigel, we talked about this earlier in the show. This is not just a Governor Braun or Lieutenant Governor Beckwith issue. These are the people that you keep electing into power at the Indiana General Assembly. This is a Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray issue. This is a House Speaker Todd Houston issue. This is a Scott Baldwin issue. Now, I know most of those dudes won election last year pretty comfortably. Stop voting these establishment squish rhino sleazebags back into office. Show up at local elections. Get primary challengers. If you want things to change, you have to vote those people out, because clearly, based on what I heard from the governor earlier, they're calling the shots right now.
Yeah.
They're in charge. So, again, we'll see what happens. Next Wednesday, Governor Braun is scheduled to be in studio with us. I hope that still happens. I would love to have the conversation with him, a week after some of the dust has settled here. We'll see where we're at. But until then, here with reaction to a lot of the criticism that we're hearing about SB 1, this is AI, Governor Mike Braun.
Well, it's not my fault, it's yours. You stupid hillbillies should have protested more at school board meetings. But it looks like you were too busy to do that, so you don't get a damn thing that you wanted. Truthfully, you should be kissing my big Du Bois County ass for the little bit you got. Come on, Rod Bray, Todd Houston, and that weasel Scott Baldwin are just too powerful. Just thinking of confronting them makes me pee just a little. Well, I better go dust off the resume. AI Braun, out.
Dust off the resume. What is that implying? A one-term?
It's not just implying; it's saying it. We're not implying anything, because right now, if you poll the Republicans and conservatives, boy, they overpromised and they underdelivered. That's like the opposite of what you get taught of in marketing, right? You want to underpromise and overdeliver.
It was a bogey, as he told Tony Katz, with that going back to 2021, those rates. Hey, man, that had my attention. That could have helped a lot of people.
You're right.
I don't know how much $200 credits on your property tax bill. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that means a lot to some people. I understand that. But what is that going to save your house if you're in trouble?
No. It just takes away what you get taxed year after year. It's almost like you just didn't get an extra tax one year. Yeah. That's it. Well, that's not savings. That's not reforming property tax.
I'm sure there's somebody that thinks they're smarter than we are that can explain this away. And by the way, you can call in here in just a little while.
Sure. So normally on Tuesdays, we do caller roulette,
right,
where if you want to talk about anything, we'll just take your call blind and rock and roll. Today is a very specific property tax Governor Braun, Lieutenant Governor Beckwith edition of caller roulette. That's going to happen at 5:30. So if you want to talk about the Indiana General Assembly, we'll put them in that conversation too. From Rod Bray, Todd Houston, Baldwin, your favorite TV pals, all of them, anything property tax related, that's coming up at 5:33 here on the Hammer and Nigel show.
I've been on the Exercise Inc. program for years. It's just a different, unique way of working out. It's like a little club, man. It's just you and your trainer, private studios, no mirrors, no music, and it's only once a week for 20 minutes. That's right, a once a week private 20-minute workout, getting your body, getting your muscles the physical movement and exercise they need and crave. Your coach can help you one-on-one with what to do inside the gym with your once-a-week 20-minute workout. They can also help you with the simple 9 habits you need outside of the gym to lose weight, eat right, and be healthy and develop healthy habits. It's worked for me. I feel better. I look different. My clothes fit different. I've lost 20 to 25 pounds. There are 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood. I go to the one in Zionsville, and now the brand new one in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to ExerciseInc.com and tell them Nigel sent you.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Advantage Vent, they make the only crawl-space vent that looks like a window and works like a window. Vinyl frame, double-pane glass, clean airflow, sealed protection. This isn't just ventilation, it's a full upgrade for your home for a mere fraction of encapsulation cost. Reduce moisture, odors, radon gas, and energy bills with Advantage Vent's Indiana-made crawl-space solutions, like their Power Vent with built-in fans. Available on Amazon. Use promo code INDY2025 for your extra exclusive discount today. That's AdvantageVent.com.
Indiana roads are getting safer. Thanks to Indiana's new Safe Zones program, the hard-working men and women doing construction on Indiana's roads can work more safely. And you'll be safer too. Every year, people lose their lives in Indiana construction zones, often because they're driving too fast. The Safe Zones program from the Indiana Department of Transportation keeps speeds safer for workers, safer for drivers, safer for you. Now you'll see Safe Zone signs before you enter a construction zone, letting you know you need to slow down. To help you get used to the new Safe Zones program, the first time you're caught violating Safe Zone speeds, you'll get a warning to help you remember to slow down and keep the road safe for workers and other drivers. Thank you to legislative leaders and industry partners for creating the Indiana Safe Zones program to keep Hoosiers safe and for making Indiana a leader in road safety. Indiana Safe Zones. Safe speeds for everyone.
This is a message from the Indiana District Council of Labor's International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Damon's Garden Center West has trees, shrubs, vegetables, flowers, hanging baskets, plus garden and landscape supplies and knowledgeable staff. Damon's West on Rockville Road.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust, like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, see their large selection of grills, Weber, Traeger, and Napoleon, along with the Big Green Egg.
Addiction doesn't just affect one person, it touches everyone around them. That's why Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick created the Supporting Sobriety podcast. It's for the friends and family standing behind, offering hope, guidance, and real talk. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
We need 26 people to give us a thumbs up on the YouTube feed.
That's all?
WIBC's YouTube channel. They're streaming the show live. We've got cameras. So if you are pissed off about this property tax and these weak, mealy-mouthed, fake Republicans that passed it through and shoved it down your throat that don't give a damn about you, we need you to hit that like button on the YouTube feed. There's got to be at least 26 of you. I'm willing to bet there's more. Matt Baer,
Southbound 69 to 465, crash on the exit ramp. Stop and go traffic back to 106th Street. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic. Westfield Boulevard past Keystone Avenue to the White River. Inbound 65 delayed 11 minutes from White River Bridge to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, an 8-minute delay from the South Split back to Belmont. On the south side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from Sam Jones to Man. Eastbound 465, a little bit slow. That's 135 to I-65. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, see their large selection of grills, Weber, Traeger, and Napoleon, along with the Big Green Egg. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
53 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nige, this Friday, it is on like Donkey Kong.
Oh, road show, party broadcast.
The Hammer and Nigel Show live at Coach's Tavern, downtown, diagonal from the field house. Metazoa Brewing Company is providing some of the libations for Beer Sample Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, directly diagonal across from Cambridge on Pennsylvania, where kind of the Hammer and Nigel Show got, its humble beginnings.
And we're inviting some of our old friends to come down and join us.
Which scares me.
You never know who's going to stop by, but let's pack that joint, man. Like, after getting screwed all week on these property taxes, let's all get together and have some angry beer drinking. How about that? Join us downtown on Friday. It starts at 3 o'clock. It's Good Friday, so if you get off work early, maybe you're off, get downtown early. Get a parking spot, get a place to sit, and, man, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a fun show. Beer Sample Friday live. And then tomorrow, don't forget, 3 o'clock, that's when tickets go on sale for the 2025 Hammer and Nigel Tales from the Track.
Yeah.
Presented by Relay Indiana. We're doing it Monday, May 19th at the Ray Hall Performance Center. Graham Ray Hall is our guest. Graham is so fun. You guys are going to have an awesome time with him.
And the Ray Hall Performance Center over there in Sciensville is an incredible venue. Venue, maybe not even the right word for it. I don't know what you call it. It's just a warehouse full of $8 million cars.
Right. It's just car porn.
Yeah. I mean, like there's $50 million worth of Ducati motorcycles just there in that building, in that facility.
And with your ticket price, you get a buffet. You get a couple drink tickets. There's a cash bar afterwards. Graham Rahall's going to take pictures with everybody, sign stuff. You don't want to miss it. It's always a blast. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 3 p.m.
So yeah, when you're talking about Social Security, you need to learn how you could squeeze every nickel out of your benefits if it's your time to file. With the free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery. He's your retirement guy. It's critical you make smart decisions. Don't leave any money on the table when it comes to your retirement. Don't leave any money on the table when it comes to Social Security. That is your money, and that's where Bill Demery comes in.
Bill Demery's analysis tells you how and when you could get the most income from your Social Security. It's your money. And he does this while considering your taxes, spousal benefits, even your Medicare premiums. It's definitely worth a phone call. So call Bill Demery right now, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy, 317-648-5120.
Are you dealing with foot, knee, hip, or back pain? Well, it sounds like you could use a spring in your step. Hi, this is Phoebe with the Good Feet store, and I've got just the thing to help you spring forward into comfort. Good Feet's unique, patented 3-step arch support system is designed to reduce pressure on your joints to keep you feeling energized all day long, even when you're running on an hour's less sleep. With less pressure on your joints, you'll also experience less pain and discomfort too. When you visit the Good Feet store, we'll take time with you to figure out what you need on your free personalized fitting. You can also take all the time you need to walk in-store to feel the Good Feet difference personalized for your feet, your shoes, and your lifestyle. Most of our customers say they feel relief immediately, and you can too. Make your appointment today at goodfeet.com. Don't just live with the pain. Discover your options and spring into comfort at the Good Feet store. Come in today for your free personalized fitting and test walk. We're in your neighborhood. Visit goodfeet.com to find the location nearest to you.
Is your well water pressure low? Tasting a little off? A neglected well can lead to costly repairs. But C&J's got you covered with their well cleanout service and 6-point inspection. It's the lowest price of the year, and C&J will even throw in a free well cap just to convince you that it's that necessary to keep your water source reliable. Your family deserves the purest, safest water straight from your own well. Schedule your well cleanout with C&J. Great systems and great people too. 317-852-WELL.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
April showers can bring plumbing downers, and my friends at Hope Plumbing don't want you to get caught in a flood this spring. Make sure your sump pump is working properly to avoid any damage. During the month of April, call Hope Plumbing and get a free sump pump with the purchase of a new battery backup system. A sump pump is vital to protecting your home from heavy rains, so you don't want to delay in calling Hope Plumbing. The number 641-HOPE, that's 641-HOPE, or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
Yankee legend Bernie Williams has a personal message to share.
Idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or IPF, is a rare and serious lung disease that affected my dad. Its symptoms, which include shortness of breath, fatigue, and a dry, persistent cough, are similar to other more common conditions like COPD, which means that IPF is often misdiagnosed. There's no cure for IPF, but there are treatments that can help slow disease progression. If you think you or a loved one may have IPF, don't wait.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Standing by their immigration plan, I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. The Trump administration is responding to criticism over the deportation efforts they're making, including the mistaken removal of an immigrant living in Maryland who was sent to El Salvador for paperwork error. White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt insisting they're staying the course on deportations.
President Trump and our administration will not rest until every single violent illegal alien is removed from our country. The safety of the American people is too important to settle for anything less.
Speaking to reporters at the White House, a federal judge has temporarily blocked deportations of immigrants in Colorado under the Trump administration's use of an 18th century law known as the Alien Enemies Act. The ACLU made the request on behalf of 2 Venezuelan men being held in Denver. Negotiations continue with trading partners around the globe after President Trump paused his tariff plan for more than 75 nations. Fox's Edward Lawrence is at the White House.
The White House line is the first country in to make the deal. We'll get the best deal on tariffs. And there's been a slew of countries that have come to the table with this. For example, that Argentinian delegation was here in Washington at the end of last week negotiating. And today, the Treasury Secretary is in Argentina meeting the president. And he says that it's their choice in Argentina if they want to be the first. So today in the U.S., the U.S. Trade Representative talking with Jordan. Tomorrow, Japan comes back here to Washington, D.C. Now, he spoke to delegates from South Korea, Israel, Vietnam, and the European Union. The big question, who's going to be first? Now, in my interview, exclusive interview with the top European Union negotiator, we can say that the EU will not be first.
China remains the exception, with a trade war escalating between Washington and Beijing. Police in Texas responding to a shooting at a Dallas high school. Students could be seen leaving the campus this afternoon at Wilmore Hutchins School. Sources telling Fox 4, 17-year-old student was shot in the leg. No word on a suspect or a motive. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's got his support and now his signature. Mostly cloudy for the rest of the afternoon. A possibility of frost tonight with a frost advisory in effect. It's 53 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Mike Braun puts his John Hancock on the property tax bill, which the governor defended this morning on Tony Katz and the Morning News.
It creates more transparency, more deductions, more things that take us into a place that is going to be better.
He told Katz he did not plan to veto the bill and followed through on that this afternoon, since a signature is the opposite of a veto. Pre-diabetic children and unhealthy foods, two things members of the Trump administration and Governor Braun say they are fighting against. John Herrick reports.
In Indianapolis on Tuesday, Health and Human Services Director Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said he saw a disturbing trend when COVID-19 was doing its damage.
The CDC said the average American who died from COVID had 3.8 chronic diseases. Healthy people were not dying. It was sick people who were dying.
He says nearly 4 in 10 teenagers are pre-diabetic, which means they need to become more physically fit and eat better. Governor Mike Braun issued 9 executive orders that he believes can help accomplish those objectives.
A shooting yesterday afternoon at 25th and Sherman, and police say it was a 15-year-old they arrested for it. They say the teenager shot a man and it was caught on video surveillance. The man is in the hospital, the kid is in jail, and so it goes. The Frankfort TPA Park Zoo is closing. The mayor says they don't have the money to make enough improvements to make the zoo better for the animals or to make it feasible for taxpayers to keep paying for the upkeep. Around 80 animals died over the winter there. A lawsuit from the ACLU of Indiana against the Department of Homeland Security. They say the department wrongfully terminated the visas of multiple international students studying in Indiana. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Cleanup continues on southbound 69. On the exit to 465, the ramp is open, partially blocked. Traffic backed up to 106th Street. Our delay right now is at 6 minutes. Inbound 65, 13-minute delay from the White River Bridge to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, 10-minute delayed from the south split back to Tibbs. On the east side, northbound 465 slow, Penn Pike up to East 56. Eastbound 465 stop and go before Keystone to Allisonville Road. And on the south side, pockets of slow on southbound 465 after Sam Jones to I-65. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Chilly tonight with frost advisories in place from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesday morning as lows fall into the mid-30s. Then we're in for a much nicer Wednesday with sunshine and lighter winds. Highs will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock!
Oh, Nige! I thought we were done with this. I never thought we would hear this again. But don't call it a comeback. We have an update on wheeling, dealing, hair sniffing, kiss stealing Joe Biden.
I got hairy legs. Take a test where you're taking cocaine.
Oh, man. You ain't black. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. So, according to a report from NBC News, former President Joe Biden and the good Dr. Jill Biden, they are seeking a, quote, return to politics.
Oh, yeah. That's what everybody's looking for.
They have apparently offered the DNC to jump in and help with fundraising and, quote, rebuilding.
They don't want their help. I wrote the bill. The DNC does not want Joe Biden's help. I got news for you. They replaced him. It was a veritable coup. They kicked him out. Please give me a break. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Why does the party need rebuilding? I want you to think about that for just a second. Because his words, I want to jump in and help with fundraising and rebuilding. Rebuilding from what, Joe? Your 4 years as president of the United States? Because last time I checked, that was a train wreck, and it warranted an ass beating in the election in November.
That's putting it mildly.
Right. It's hard for a Republican to win the popular vote. And again,
it is. Yeah,
let's be clear.
totally.
The popular vote doesn't mean a damn thing. It's almost like just a bragging right. But it's designed for the Democrats to win. They get New York City. They get Los Angeles. It's hard to overcome that. Those are Democrat hotspots. They get Chicago. Democrat hotspots. It's hard for a Republican to win the popular vote. Electoral vote, okay. Popular vote, it's hard. Trump won the popular vote because Joe Biden couldn't stop falling up and down stairs, killing our servicemen and women, and being an embarrassment on a national stage. And he wants to help with, quote, rebuilding? No. That's like Curtis Painter coming back to the Colts. Let me help you get back to where you guys need to be.
I did not think I was going to get a Curtis Painter reference during this during this thing. You might as well say Kamala Harris wants to help rebuild the Democratic Party.
Oh, hold that thought, Nige, because Kamala Harris, we've got an update on her, too.
No way.
She has set a deadline for early summer to decide if she wants to run for the governor's seat in the state of California. Because she doesn't want to get a real job. She doesn't even want to get a cush job at a university somewhere like most of these losers do. She wants to just continue milking the taxpayer teat and become the governor of California.
There was some talk of her running for president again in 28, which I thought was laughable because she didn't win delegates or primaries. She wasn't elected. She was not anything anywhere. She dropped out of the Democratic primary before Joe Biden asked her to become vice president. And then, she was sort of installed after the coup, after they kicked Joe Biden out, and nobody even, she got her ass handed to her by Donald Trump in the general election. Again, popular vote doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot, but it certainly means a lot when you're a Democrat and you lose, when you lose the popular vote, but you win the electoral college, or maybe I've got those reversed.
Right. The Republicans
lose,
can win the electoral college.
Right, exactly. So, Kamala Harris does, maybe governor of California, maybe, because she's had success in California. Senator, prosecutor, attorney general, and then, of course, Gavin Newsom is probably going to run for president in 28.
And listen, let's be honest. Look at the bar for the governor in California.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't just hemorrhage money, which she's been known to do, it'd be an improvement. Because California's losing money left and right. Businesses are fleeing the state of California left and right. Left-leaning businesses to get away from the overbearing tax policies, the crime, the drugs, everything that goes along with Gavin Newsom's California. So Kamala Harris wants a piece of that action. Now, mind you, she blew through $1 billion.
I'm glad you finished that.
No pun intended.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
I'm sure there's a Willie Brown joke in there somewhere. She had damn near $1 billion, and she blew through that in this presidential campaign and had nothing to show for it. Not a single swing state. She had the Beyonce money. She had the Springsteen money. She had the George Clooney money. She had all of it.
It was a joke.
And she did not win Michigan, Wisconsin. She did not win the key swing states.
But, of course, you have to remember, I don't know what went wrong. She did campaign with Liz Cheney. I mean, let's be honest with you. Everybody, like Dick Cheney's daughter, Liz Cheney, the establishment of politics, the face of the politics in this country. She had Liz Cheney's backing. I can't believe she would lose.
That's shocking. She got blown out.
Wow.
In the Electoral College. New border numbers are out, Nige. Just a little update here. Border Patrol apprehensions along the southwest border for the entire month of March 2025. The entire month of March 2025. Lower than the first 2 days of March 2024 under Joe Biden.
Yeah. What does that tell you? It was on purpose with Joe Biden. It was on
Trump
purpose.
fixed the border in, 10 days? Like, that's how long it took him to really kind of get a good grasp on what's going on and fix that?
It was before. It may have been before the election that he was elected, that people knew that Donald Trump was going to get elected. And it may have been before that. But yes, of course, 10 days, probably reality, that's it.
Now, on the subject of border crossings and illegal people in this country, and yes, there are illegal people. I hate those people that say, no person is illegal. Well, they kind of are. Especially members of MS-13, Trinidad, all of these fancy schmancy gangs that want to harm your children, rape your wives. They're here illegally if they're not citizens of this country. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, she started doing something that I think is fantastic. She's giving you an update on some of the creeps that ICE is arresting and plans to deport, okay? So while the media is pushing this narrative that Donald Trump has accidentally deported this mild-mannered person of faith from Maryland that's a total MS-13 gang member, here's what Caroline Leavitt has to say at the White House today about who's really getting kicked out of this country.
ICE Los Angeles arrested a 54-year-old citizen of Mexico convicted of rape by threat, sodomy with a person under 14 years, and kidnapping in San Jose, California. ICE Houston has arrested a 23-year-old citizen of Mexico convicted of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child in Cook County, Illinois. ICE Houston arrested a 64-year-old citizen of Honduras convicted of murder in Los Angeles County, California. ICE Chicago arrested a 49-year-old citizen of Guatemala convicted of assault and arson in Prince Williams, Virginia. ICE Denver arrested a 36-year-old citizen of Mexico who is registered as a sex offender and has been convicted of sexual assault of a child. ICE Baltimore arrested a 50-year-old citizen of China convicted of sex trafficking in Bel Air, Maryland. And ICE Boston arrested a 46-year-old citizen of Jamaica convicted of 3 counts of rape of a child and 2 counts of indecent assault and battery of a child under 14 in Boston, Massachusetts.
Now, hold on. Wait a minute, Nige. I didn't hear mild-mannered gardener anywhere in that list. I didn't hear warehouse worker.
I didn't hear nanny.
Or someone studying to be a doctor and just looking for the opportunity in the United States. That's what I didn't hear in that list. Because if you listen to the other media outlets who hate Donald Trump with the passion of a million fires just because there's an R next to his name, they want you to believe that ICE is just dragging random people out of warehouses, throwing them in the back of the van like they did Blue in Old School, and sending them to El Salvador.
God, half of those people that she was mentioning, I say people with quotes, subhumans may be a better word, deserve lead pills in their head. And so what happens to these guys when they get deported back to their homeland? Do they get arrested? Do they go to jail? That's what I want to know.
If they're going to El Salvador, I know they're going to that prison where they're lining them up like the human centipede.
It seems like that jail in El Salvador, like, it's a very simple dress code, by the way. It's white boxers, and that's it.
That's it.
You sleep on a metal bed, and that's it. You poop in front of hundreds of other MS-13 gang members at a time, and that's it.
You rape a girl, you kidnap someone, you do human trafficking, that's what's waiting for you if you are in this country illegally. And I do not feel bad the least bit. All of these people on social media, they're sharing these pictures of this awful prison in El Salvador. I can't believe this is like a concentration camp.
Yeah.
Well, it's a concentration camp of rapists, murderers, and people that want to do heinous things with your 6-year-old girl.
El Salvador was a disaster zone years ago. Just criminal activity gangs, and then the president came in and said, basically he said, look, people look at it as I've incarcerated thousands of criminals, but I kind of prefer to see it as I've liberated millions of my citizens, innocent citizens. That's what I've done.
I agree, 100%. Matt Baer, he's standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center.
Inbound 65, 11-minute delay. White River Bridge down to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 delayed also by 11 minutes. Tibbs Avenue into the South Split. Crash downtown, Illinois North. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic, 106th Street, 2465. The crash on the exit ramp, 2465 is cleared. Looking at the south side, southbound 465, stop and go Sam Jones to Man. And eastbound 465 slows from I-69 over 231 and again before I-65. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, we're looking at some cloudy skies. We've got 53 degrees at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
Matt Baer here for Trajan Wealth. In Indiana, spring means work. The first mow, cleaning the gutters, planting. Make sure to add refreshing your financial portfolio to the list. My friends at Trajan Wealth, the money management professionals, can provide that much needed refreshing. Matt Baer here. Hey, Trajan Wealth is Hoosier to the core with principles like smart money management and hard work at their foundation. Call for your first consultation. It's free, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth, your fiduciary advisors, are ready to customize a portfolio that reflects your timeline and your hopes and dreams. Call and schedule a consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at AdventKnows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Taxes 321 now at 800-808-9443.
800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Yeah, the Hammer and Nigel show, throwing a big party, broadcasting live from Coach's Tavern downtown on Pennsylvania, Friday, April 18th. It's Beer Sample Friday. Going to be featuring some local brews from Metazoa Brewing.
Hoppopotamus, an American IPA with a citrus aroma. You guys are going to love it. Plus, we're going to be there. We got swag to give away. We're going to have a good time. Cold beer, great food. Join us at Coach's Tavern, Friday, April 18th, starting at 3 p.m. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show live.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Damon's Garden Company South on Emerson Avenue.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Well, just a heads up, are we doing like a all property tax relief bill edition of Caller Roulette coming up a little bit after 5:30?
That is the plan. That is the plan. We are going to be doing a very special property tax only, weak ass fake Republican squish establishment edition coming up at 5:30.
Wow. Okay. Are you okay with this? A viral video is, what does it say? Reignited the conversation about not leaving a tip for terrible service. Okay, here it is. Based on this woman's experience, Hammer, this is at the Hard Rock Casino in Cincinnati.
I've been there.
Beginning with a small portion of fajitas. Go ahead.
My mom sees these chicken fajitas. They say to our server, wow, that's a ton of food. Is that enough for both of us? She says, yes, definitely. So they order that. Food comes out. My parents are like, hey, this is not what we ordered. You said it would be a ton of food. You said it would be like the picture. And she's like, oh yeah, like that's what the chicken fajita is. So my mom asked for the manager. She comes over and is immediately like talking very loudly, talking over us. And she's like, yeah, it's basically like a chip bag where they enlarge everything to make it seem better. And my parents are like, no, our server told us that that's what we were getting. She says, I'm done. I'm going to get the other manager. So she runs over. She's like jumping up and down, pointing at us, yelling at the other manager about what's going on. And everyone in the bar is turning, open mouth, staring at us. If it wasn't for the rudeness of the manager, we probably would have given the server a couple dollars.
I'm not sure what just happened there. Maybe you can make sense of it. Are you okay with all of this?
Yeah, they felt like they were getting lip service from the staff there. They had a simple question about the fajita size. So they went in there and said, hey, this fajitas that are on your menu, are you sure this is going to be enough for 2 people? Look at us. Is this going to be enough? And the waitress is like, oh, yeah, it's going to be plenty.
I don't remember saying look at us.
I'm paraphrasing. Oh, it's going to be plenty. You're going to have so many damn fajitas, you're going to be speaking Mexican at the end of the night. So the food comes, and it's just a little crappy little amount.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, 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 this sucks. Let me get the manager over here. And the manager's like, yeah, we lie on those pictures, but you ordered it, so bite me.
That's what I heard. Yeah, it's basically what they said. Yeah, the pictures are made to look like it's bigger than they really are.
So you're lying to us then. So I'm okay with that. Like, if you're not going to tip them because they get mouthy after you call them out on their deception, I am 100% okay. Now, if the waitress and the manager were like, listen, I'm so sorry. It was a corporate decision. They make these pictures bigger than the food is. I feel so bad. Let me take a little bit off your meal. I'm only going to charge you for half, something like that. That's fine. But they didn't do that. They got mouthy, and they were like basically saying, sucks to be you. I'm fine with them getting stiff.
I'm not sure I could imagine people sitting down at a table and looking at the waiter and saying, hey, look at us. Is this going to be able to... Is this going to be able to feed all of us? Just look at us and just...
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. You're going to have so much damn food. If you're not singing La Bamba by the time you leave here this afternoon, we've done something wrong.
God. Okay, a gym owner in Ireland. Guy owns a gym in Ireland. He's getting some heat online after he trashed women that wear workout bikinis to the gym. Here's Paul making this statement on an Irish radio station.
I have a lot of young girls wearing bikinis when they're working out now.
But not actual bikinis, though.
No, workout bikinis. Like that's what's happening, and it can be very intimidating in the gym for people as well. It's practically narcissism. It is.
Are you okay with a gym owner having a problem with women wearing workout bikinis in his establishment?
I feel like this is a case-by-case type of thing, because if the woman wearing the workout bikini is one of these chicks taking 1 million selfies and she's slowly bending over to pick up the barbells in front of all the dudes and she knows exactly what she's doing, but then complains when you look, then I would have a problem with it.
Yeah, she sets up her cell phone. It's like a trap, like, oh, look at these guys looking at my ass when I bend over.
She's got a portable fan that's blowing her hair back like a Beyonce video. Don't you dare look at me. I'm here to work out. Like, those chicks are ridiculous. But if it's somebody that just throws on a sports bra, maybe some shorts, they don't like to be hot when they work out, and they go in there, they do their stuff, they keep their mouth shut and move on, I'm fine with that. But you can't be one of these chicks. Don't you dare look at my big, firm, awesome breasts as I shove them in your face. Listen, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Total crap.
And by the way, just so you know, I'm going to order the fajitas, but look at the size of this table. Are these fajitas going to be able to feed?
Look at these things I got right here. Look what's in the sports bra. You think that's enough fajitas for this mamacita? Come on.
Let's get some callers.
Okay, so this is a very topic-specific caller roulette. Normally, it's the Wild Wild West when we do this, but this is very specific. 239-9393. Give us your thoughts on the property tax bill. It has been signed already by the governor.
Did he sign it already?
He has signed it. Your thoughts on the governor, the lieutenant governor, the Indiana General Assembly, these rhino squish butt sniffers that only bow down to the lobbyists.
I want to know if there's anybody that doesn't mind it, if it's helping anybody. If this bill helps somebody, if this helps you save your home, if every little bit helps, I want to hear from you too. I will say if I'm wrong. Totally.
Sure.
I will say if I'm wrong. Convince us otherwise.
239-9393. All things pro, con, property tax bill. Right now, caller roulette next.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's just the opposite of a veto. The possibility of frost overnight as the low gets down into the 30s. Right now, clouds and 51 in downtown Indy. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. Governor Mike Braun put his signature on the property tax bill this afternoon, giving it the weight of law. It's tax credits rather than a reset for property tax relief. Braun defended the bill, saying it will provide more transparency, though many people analyzing it say they don't understand all of it. The Trump tariffs once again have an impact on how the market acts.
A choppy trading session with stocks ending lower as investors remain concerned about President Trump's trade policies. Financials were among the biggest gainers following continued strong earnings from big U.S. banks. Both Bank of America and Citigroup reported better than expected financial results, partly because of market volatility, which generated more money for their trading businesses. Shares of Bank of America rose nearly 3%, while Citi stock rose 2%. Gold climbed near record levels. The Dow winners, Goldman Sachs, American Express, and IBM. The Dow decliners, Boeing, Caterpillar, and McDonald's. The Dow falling 156 points. The Nasdaq lower by 8. S&P 500 down 9. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
This man was once the man in Hollywood. Michelle Polino reports on the retrial of Harvey Weinstein.
Jury selection began in the retrial of Harvey Weinstein in New York. Weinstein's landmark 2020 conviction and 23 40-year sentence were wiped away by New York's highest court, citing improper rulings and prejudicial testimony. The 73-year-old former studio boss faces 2 charges from his original trial, raping an aspiring actor in 2013 and forcing oral sex on a production assistant in 2006. A new charge has been added from a third accuser who alleges Weinstein forced oral sex on her at a Manhattan hotel. Judge Curtis Farber has allocated at least 4 days for jury selection, with opening statements expected next week. The former Miramax head has pleaded not guilty and denies all allegations. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, inbound 65, 12-minute delay from 38th Kessler down to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 78-minute delay, Tibbs to the south split. Northbound 465 on the northwest side, stop and go traffic 86th Street to 865. Eastbound 465 slows before Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Southwest side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic after Sam Jones 2-man road. Crash downtown Illinois at North, and a crash on the north side, 96th Street east of Michigan Road. That's at Valparaiso Court. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. This week at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, get 30% off all patio furniture, wicker, Berlin Gardens, poly, cast aluminum, teak, and more. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Chilly tonight with frost advisories in place from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesday morning as lows fall into the mid-30s. Then we're in for a much nicer Wednesday with sunshine and lighter winds. Highs will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
Nigel, I have a feeling this is going to be more of a roast than a caller roulette.
Why?
I think our request to have somebody say that they were happy about this property tax bill may have fallen on deaf ears.
Oh, okay.
Now, I could be surprised.
Because it seems like there's an awful lot of backslapping and ass smacking at the State House.
Well, sure.
After this thing was signed.
All of the folks to get money from when schools decide to do referendums and buildings get built and big business and local government, all the scumbags like Scott Baldwin, they're sitting around doing a circle jerk right now, but every taxpayer, we're getting the shaft, and it sucks. This whole thing sucks, to quote Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack. All right, Johnny, maybe we're wrong here. Maybe we're just voicing some frustration. Where are you at, Johnny?
I'm frustrated. Good afternoon. I called him. His phone number is 232-4567 if anybody wants to call and blow up his phones.
Who?
The governor?
It's bull crap. Yes, sir. His office phone number, 232-4567. The only thing I want to say, and I'll go, until we stop saying conservatives and Republicans like they're the same thing, like they're not, you got to totally separate the two, and nothing will change until then. Thank you.
You got it. And that is a good point. Like, Republicans and conservatives are different, right? Like, whatever Scott Baldwin does, if that is the same as what we believe, then there is a discourse, right? If you are somebody that is just all about making your money from screwing the taxpayer and not giving a damn what they think, there is a big difference. You're absolutely right. Let me go to Sean. Sean, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'll say it before and I'll say it again, man. It's just boycott. All we got to do is boycott. If everybody does not pay, what are they going to do? They can't take all of our houses. That's how you do it. Boston Tea Party. Come get us.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well for Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't all property tax for Wesley Snipes, though.
Correct.
There was a different tax. I know what Sean is saying, though. He's saying, yeah, stop paying your property taxes.
Well, they'll lock you up. Because unless you're out here, rioting and breaking windows, which I was told that was noble from the previous governor, they'll lock you up if you don't give them their money.
And if you put up plywood in anticipation of another riot, that's sending the message to the wrong message to the rioters.
Right. You don't want angry rioters. That's the last thing you want. Let's go to Jay. Jay, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
JJ.
Jay. You there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
There it is.
There's so many things to talk about this, but I guess what the governor said today is that everybody's got to go to their school board meetings and their town meetings, but like my town makes it hard to even go to a meeting. They hardly even announce it. They, don't even have good places to have a town meeting, and just, all of that. It's just, everything's going
And that's
downhill.
a great point, Jay. You're absolutely right. Because these people that do the school board meetings and the local government meetings, they don't want you there. They want to do what they want. Damn the torpedoes, right? If they want to screw over your kids and pass through DEI, do you think they're going to hype up, hey, we got a big school board meeting this weekend. Come and voice your displeasure.
And then the other thing was, Governor Braun never said, hey, by the way, if you want to get this passed, show up at your school board meeting.
Right.
He never suggested that. And then he's on Tony Katz today saying, well, hey, you guys didn't show up to the town council meeting, so hey, what am I supposed to do? I never heard any of that until today.
What happened to rolling up the sleeves and fight at that property tax rally?
Do you think Braun's going to be in here next week with us?
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm going to be respectful.
Sure. Absolutely. And I will too, but there'll be tough questions.
Yeah.
The same way I think we were, with Micah Beckwith.
Sure.
We do interviews a little differently than other people. We still try to do an entertaining show. Our show is based on fun, based on energy. But if we need to call somebody out for being a weasel, we do that around here.
The weasel.
The weasel. John is up next. John, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. John, you there?
Johnny.
Hey, guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Braun's a feckless weasel. He's two-faced. He talks out the side of his neck. He never had any plan on helping anybody. He's a typical politician in Indiana. Talk. And they want to fix the property taxes. They want to fix all this. So while they legalize weed, they'll get their money there.
Okay, so let's get into the weed thing.
Interesting.
John, thank you for that. And you're right. And I'm somebody that does not smoke weed anymore. Did it when I was younger a little bit. I'm somebody that feels like it should be legal, but regulated in the state of Indiana. Meaning, I don't want to see people smoking fatties out on Monument Circle. Just do it in your house. I don't want to see it in your car. If you get pulled over and it smells like weed in your car, that's a DUI to me. But if you want to do it in the comfort of your own home, that's fine. But I don't want Indy to turn into Vegas or Miami, where if you go downtown to watch the Indy 500 parade with your family, you've got to worry about Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson on each side of you just blowing chronic smoke in your face. I don't want that. And I think that sucks. But here's the thing. Until it's criminalized at a federal level. Decriminalized. You're right. Decriminalized, which I think Trump is actually open to, just hasn't got there yet. A lot of the quote-unquote conservative states are going to use that as their crutch. Well, we want to make it legal, even though all of our neighbors have. But here in Indiana, we are waiting for it to be decriminalized at a federal level. But I would counter that by saying, all right, fine. When you do make it legal, is that going to help us with property taxes? Where's all this general fund money that I've been told so much about? All of my gambling, sports gambling money that goes into the general fund in the state of Indiana.
Braun said something on Tony Katz's show that I agreed with today. He's like, look, I'd eventually like to see a spot where senior citizens who have paid off their mortgage don't have to worry about property tax anymore.
Even regular citizens, not even seniors that have paid off their mortgage.
That's what he said today. And I feel like, okay, it's great you're saying it, but it's lip service at this point. You sign the bill.
Randy on the YouTube chat.
Randy.
Why do we even need a governor if he's just going to let state reps and senators tell him how to run the show?
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like right here.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of feels like. They're coming off really weak, and I hate that. Wendy is up next. Wendy, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Thank you. Here's my comment. Even during the campaign, I felt Braun may be a lying, two-faced bleep.
Ooh. And
today we received confirmation of that.
What made you have that feeling during the campaign, Wendy?
Just a sense. Just he was not believable.
Here's what I should have asked Braun during the campaign. Is the going back to 2021 rates, which was your platform for property tax, is that a negotiating tactic? Is that art of the deal? Is that Trumpish? And maybe we did, maybe we didn't, but I feel like that's what he had to say to Tony today was, oh, well, I threw out a bogey out there. Use the word bogey, and
right.
and now we're at this level. And I don't know if that was the plan or not.
And where's this 4-year plan that the lieutenant governor told us about on Friday?
Oh, well, that we found out about on Friday?
Right. Where's that? What is that? And if that's the case, then why did it take maybe 24 hours for the lieutenant governor to say, you know what? That sucks. I'm out. I'm actually not going to endorse this. It's too complicated. I'm going to tell the governor not to sign it. What happened to that? Is that a thing? Or we just get hoodwinked here? I don't know. Bill is up next. Bill, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Billy.
Hey, guys. How's your day?
Hey, buddy.
Good, man.
Well, I'll start with this. I'm legally blind. I live in Madison County. 2 years ago, I had a Madison County councilman stopped by the house, want to know if he could put a sign in the front yard. I said, sure, can you help me with property taxes? What do you mean? I said, I need a cap on property taxes if you're going to keep them. We've got a 2% cap. I said, that's not a cap. That's your right to extortion every year because you can raise the money. So let's jump into where we're at now. Looking at the situation, looking at Braun, we know politicians, attorneys, and a lot of doctors, when they're talking to you, when their lips are moving, they're lying to you.
Right.
Why don't we just put a sales tax on property so when you sell it, you have to pay a tax on it? And that's the only way they get their money. Look at the surplus the state has now. Look at the problems the state has now, okay? We should not be in the position that we're in with teachers, with the roads, with trying to find people their medical help, with property taxes, with none of this stuff. We should not be having any government-funded, taxpayer-funded entities like pools.
It's like they're treating our houses like investment properties when we're not. I'm not moving anywhere. Okay, then if you want to tax us when we sell our house at a higher rate, I'll look at that. Okay, but I'm not. They're assessing our houses at probably more than what they're worth, Hammer.
Right.
And, from 2021 to 2025, 34% tax increase is what I had.
And we had this surplus rubbed in our face.
Oh, boy.
By the Holcomb administration.
Yeah.
Look at the surplus. Yeah. It was almost like the graph from Nickelback. Look at this surplus. And it was so much, they had the option of giving it back to the taxpayers a little bit or spending it on crap. And damn the taxpayers, we're going to spend it on crap.
Look at this surplus.
Neva is up next. Welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
It's my first time getting through, so thanks for having me.
Awesome.
So here's where I think the original problem began, right? So 3 or 4 years ago-ish, you had people buying houses offering $50,000, $60,000 more minus an inspection. They didn't even care to have an inspection, paying more for the houses, which shot the appraisal of the houses up, which means the appraisal of my house has gone up. My property taxes have already increased tenfold. So the tax caps or lack thereof is just a joke. I just don't understand. And it became like a snowball effect. Why were so many people offering tens of thousands of extra dollars to buy a house? Did they not see that was going to cause a problem eventually?
It's the same thing we talked
That's
about
my
really
thoughts
with
on
the
it.
Biden administration, right? The frivolous spending that they did, their actions at the border. They were so concerned about what was happening in the short term, they did not give a damn what would happen long term.
And then the cities, inner cities, sucked, and people were wanting to move out because of COVID, and they were willing to pay anything to get their houses, to get out of this city, out of Marion County.
And the folks that had money, disposable income, they were willing to buy some of these at ridiculous prices because they kind of saw what was going to happen down the road, while a lot of people didn't think that far down the line. That's a great call. Thank you, Neva. And last but certainly not least, Larry gets the final word. Larry, go ahead.
Hey, if we don't get rid of property tax caps that they got under Mitch Daniels, we can forget about it because your property taxes are going to keep going up and up and up. So the thing that the guys had, Casey and Rob, that was a good thing, but I already warned them about that. So Braun has done a good job. I'm 70 years old, and I know when I first started paying property taxes, it was $192 a quarter. Now that house is worth $750,000, and the properties are $10,000 a half. So, you know, Mitch Daniels destroyed our Constitution. That's what he done, and he destroyed this state with his major moves, his right to work, and his other garbage he put in this state. So if we don't do property taxes away, that's why they can't really do anything to change property tax caps or do anything about taxes, because to do it, SJR 6, my senator at the time, Brent Waltz, he's already been to prison for his sins. But the thing about it is, with SJR 6, look at the legislative history of that property tax bill. It says that they can have any kind of taxes that they want to impose on their citizens to make up for any tax deficiency.
All right, Larry, run out of time, brother, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
And this is what I love about Caller Roulette. Some people will say, we need Mitch Daniels back to fix property taxes.
He just laid Mitch Daniels out.
And then you got Larry, who just hits Mitch Daniels with a steel chair like it's a WWE match. This is what happens when you break a few eggs and you make that Caller Roulette omelet. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Come on, Indy. Don't use the spring to paint your house year after year. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself, Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best.
This month only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you, and it's covered by most health insurance. Get treated at a Low T Center near you or even in the comfort of your home. Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. lowtcenter.com.
The following is a paid advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Have you or your loved ones been injured in an accident that was not your fault? Listen up, because you need to call the Legal Help Center. They handle all types of accidents, from car accidents, motorcycle, DUI, rideshare, to workplace injuries, slips and falls, and many more. Legal Help Center was created to be a reliable resource, connecting injured victims to local area attorneys with experience in your accident. Legal Help Center representatives are ready to answer your questions and provide you a free consultation. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. If you've been injured from an accident that was not your fault, you need to call. Get your life back, know your legal rights, and get the financial compensation you deserve. Let Legal Help Center connect you with a law firm who can answer your questions. Call Legal Help Center for a free consultation. 800-438-8080. Speak to a live agent now. 800-438-8080. 800-438-8080.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Damon's Garden Company South has trees, shrubs, vegetables, flowers, hanging baskets, plus garden and landscape supplies and knowledgeable staff. Damon's South on Emerson Avenue.
Tired of digging through noise to find real news? Go straight to WIBC.com. Local stories, statewide impact, national headlines, info that matters. When news breaks, WIBC.com is already on it. Stay on the know while you're on the go.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Southbound 65 stop and go traffic after MLK down to West. Eastbound 70 still grinding before Belmont over to West Street. And eastbound 465 on the north side stop and go from Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road and a crash northwest side. This is 96th Street to the east of Michigan Road 421. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. This week is Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Get 30% off all patio furniture, wicker, Berlin Gardens, polycast, aluminum, teak, and more. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, we've got cloudy skies. Right now it is 52 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. A lot more on this property tax fiasco that we're stuck with coming up here in just a little bit.
Yep.
One more hour to go. The Hammer and Nigel show. We are rolling on a Tuesday. Come on right back. 93 WIBC.
Well, given the troubles with the stock market today, your Social Security income becomes a lot more important in retirement. And that's why it is critical you make smart decisions. Don't leave any money on the table. You can learn how you can squeeze every nickel out of your benefits with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Bill Demery, your retirement guy. He knows Social Security like the back of his hand, and he can explain things in a way you understand. It's complicated stuff, but Bill Demery breaks it down. The how, the when, the ways you can get the most money from your Social Security. Also, he considers your taxes, spousal benefits, even your Medicare premiums. So what are you waiting for? Set up a time to chat right now. Set up a free analysis. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
Yeah, the Hammer and Nigel show, throwing a big party, broadcasting live from Coach's Tavern downtown on Pennsylvania. Friday, April 18th. It's Beer Sample Friday. Going to be featuring some local brews from Metazoa Brewing.
Hoppopotamus, an American IPA with a citrus aroma. You guys are going to love it. Plus, we're going to be there. We got swag to give away. We're going to have a good time. Cold beer, great food. Join us at Coach's Tavern Friday, April 18th, starting at 3 p.m. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show live.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Spring has sprung and Indiana's floodgates have opened, meaning everything is growing.